Chromatic Jester, what's going on, man? Hey, Florian, let's go ahead and get this started. I think we'll start with chatting. Ah, thanks. I appreciate it, man. It's been a long, long, long time since I've live streamed, so this is definitely going to be interesting. But I'm looking forward to it. Definitely excited about getting back into it. Um, So, as you all know, it's my very first live stream. Good to see you all here. Looking forward to having some fun. It's been way too long since we got back into Pillars of Eternity, so I'm looking forward to making some more progress on this. That is the game that I want to jump right back into. I want to keep my promises this morning. What's going on, Keith? How are you, man? I definitely want to keep my promise about making progress through that and keeping the train going. So that is the plan. Other than that, we'll just I have to take this as is. I don't know if my style really goes that well with live streaming. I do my playthroughs slower. I read everything. It's not all quick hit and fast the way I see a lot of other streams. So does that translate well? Is that still an enjoyable viewing experience? We're gonna find out. Like I said earlier, I've beaten Pillars of Eternity. Ooh, nice. By end game, my wizard was very OP. My playthrough is with the Cipher right now. But in Pillars of Eternity 2, I might go ahead and play as a wizard. We'll just have to see. I'm not sure. Um, but yeah, I'm definitely plan to continue with this and just see how it goes. Play around with it. As you can probably already tell, I don't have the bells and whistles for this stream that I know I need to have set up. So, you're supposed to have the overlays and unique alerts and all that kind of stuff. I don't have any of that stuff set up. I'm just diving straight into the gameplay for right now. And then as we go on, I'll get all of that stuff set up. So, watch you play Pillars got me playing Divinity Original Sin 2 again. So thanks. Nice, nice. Happy to hear it. Divinity Original Sin 2 is actually one of my favorite games. I've been watching Wolfhard FPS's stream on that and been enjoying it thoroughly. It reminds me of how much I really, really love that game. So, not a bad thing at all. By the way, have you heard of Underrail? So, I've never played Underrail, but I watched Mortismal Gaming's review on it, and I see that it's definitely got a large fan base. But it seemed like he was saying that he enjoyed it, but there was a lot of issues with it, things of that nature. So I didn't really read that review and feel hyped to go out and get it. So how do you feel about it? Do you feel like it's something I should definitely play? The audio is a bit quiet on my end. Am I the only one? Um, the mic audio, is that what you're referring to? Can everybody hear my mic audio okay, or does it sound kind of low? Oh yeah. I'm going through Baldur's Gate 1 right now, and it's definitely making me a lot more excited to play Baldur's Gate 3. Cannot wait to go ahead and start that game. Audio's good for you. Yeah, I think Florian audio is good, but once I get into the game, if you all decide that it's too low, just let me know and I'll try to crank it up. I was watching this stream too, and Divinity had more mods I was interested in. Two people saying that it's kind of low. So let me go ahead and see if I can pump it up. Pump it up. Where is that thing? Sure Plus. There we go. There we go. Mic setting. And let's unlock it. And let's get a few more points of mic gain on. Let's turn it up to 20. How's that? Does the mic sound better now? For the people who said that it was low before, it's my second most favorite game of all time, only topped by Wrath of the Righteous. Yeah, yeah, definitely an amazing game. Definitely amazing game. It's definitely on my list. Definitely worth a shot. But you need some knowledge before playing for a smooth experience. Okay, glad it's much better, Momaneza. You need some knowledge beforehand. That doesn't bother me. I actually like looking at videos of builds and looking at information about a game that I'm going to play before I even get into it. So that doesn't really make me afraid of getting involved with Underrail. Awesome. Okay. So everybody seems to be saying it's better. You like the mic there? Awesome. Sounds good to me. Okay. Let me go ahead and load. Hey, Tim. How are you doing? Let me go ahead and switch you all over to playing games, and we're already up on Pillars of Eternity. Excellent. Am I getting sound? Yeah, I'm getting should be getting sound. We'll see. There we go because I had it paused. So let me know. Can you all hear the game okay as well? I stopped watching updates, made the way worse. Warding symbols as red and rough as scabs have been carved into some of the trees. Yeah, I honestly started ignoring everything about Baldur's Gate 3. I kind of like, there's a lot of other games that I'm paying attention to everything and making content for it, but I don't know. I wouldn't say I'm going to go into Baldur's Gate 3 blind. I'm sure sooner or later I'll start paying more attention to the updates, but for right now, I'm just not into it. DOS 2 has a fantastic co op experience. Awesome, awesome. Did this just start? Yep, yep. I just started at 10, Dares. So that's actually the times that are always going to start. I have committed to 10 p.m. on Mondays and Wednesdays. So where I am, it's 10 p.m. Central Time in Chicago. And so those are the times where I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to be uh, online every week during those times, unless, of course, I'm out on vacation or it was like this past Monday where there was a bunch of fireworks going on and I just did not feel comfortable streaming. They were going crazy on Monday. If you want, I can make a build for you. Just go to the wiki, take a look at the tons of weapons and experience. I'll do it. Okay. I mean, I'm going through Pillars of Eternity first, and then once I get through, is there some? Oh crap! Let me go down there first. And then once I get through with Pillars of Eternity, I think the next game I want to do is Wasteland 3. Um, but after that, I don't have specific plans. It might be Pillars of Eternity 2, or we could do whatever. Is Underrail a good game for streaming, or is it a game that I should probably play on my own? Well, now this is a treat. Mr. Luz, what's going on? How are you? Yeah, I stopped paying attention and playing the early release builds. I might break down and try the latest patch. I mean, sooner or later, I'm going to have to break down. Everybody is making content for Baldur's Gate 3 except for me. And so I feel like, ooh, who's this? A witch. This should be fine. Should be. Ooh, there's four of them. Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Now I think about it. I need to do things manually with my cipher. But these guys go down easy. Excellent. Excellent. Okay. I might. Hey, Chicago. Monday was the same. Yeah, man. I'm over on the west side of Chicago. It was not cool. Wasteland, glad it's on your radar. It's definitely on my radar. So I'm a big fan of Wasteland 3. I actually plan to do a Supreme Jerk playthrough of Wasteland 3 for the channel, but I never played Wasteland 1 or 2. Are those worth playing? Or was Wasteland 3 where it really started being a standout title? Why won't it let me walk over? Oh, because that's rock. That's why I can't go over there. Also, in your room at the start of the game, there's a compass in your desk. Get it and activate it. There are no quest markers, so you have to rely on NPC directions. Fantastic. Darius, I appreciate the $10. Here is to your new streaming career. Thanks a lot, man. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. I'm excited to get started on it. I'd say stream it. It's a hard game which can entertain the crowd watching the stream because they're going to watch me struggle. Okay. That sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan. Inglewood. So I already know. Inglewood. Nice. Nice. Chicago in the house. Good to hear it, man. Tim, you said you liked Wasteland 2. Okay. Okay. So maybe it's worth me going through Wasteland 2 first, just to get that experience and then going through Wasteland 3. But the stories aren't really connected, right? The stories are completely separate. Oh yeah, there are psionic schools in Underrail, basically magic. Okay, I like Wasteland 2. Hard to say for me, but I'd go straight to 3. So why would you go straight to 3? Is it that you feel like Wasteland 2 wasn't that good of a game? Oof, I did agree. Why did that not? There we go. There's my quick save, and let's go ahead and this. Nah, 3 first. I think Wasteland 2 is started doing better, but 3 feels way more polished. Okay, okay. Wasteland 2 is still worth playing. Seabird, what's going on? Good to see you, Seabird. Wasteland 2 is still worth playing, in my opinion, but it's definitely a clunker in quality of life. Fancy options if you played 3. 1 is, I think, a totally different kind of game. Interesting. Wasteland 2 is kind of underrated. Third game I've ever finished. Interesting. So it sounds like Wasteland 2 is worth playing, but just don't expect it to be as great as Wasteland 3 was, which is fine with me. That's not necessarily a deterrent. Story in 3 is a continuation, but not in terms of the story. What does that mean, Seabird? 3 is just such an overall improvement. 3 is connected. Story is connected. Wasteland 3 is a different experience, in my opinion, whichever you prefer. 2 is good. 3 is really good. What's going on, Jeff? Good to see you, man. Okay. 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 Interesting. So it sounds like it's worth playing, but just don't expect it to be on the same level. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. See, this is why it's nice being connected with a bunch of people who also love CRPGs. You all can let me know. Because honestly, when I was younger, I would just play games and, I'd buy them and not even know if I was going to enjoy them. But now, at being 37, I don't put down $60, $70 on a game that I don't know, okay, I'm going to have a good time with this. So I need recommendations about, okay, this is a game worth spending your money on, this is not. And what is this? Spear Spiderling. What's that? Spear Spider. Okay, start with that one. Oh, but he's the one I should have froze. But actually, hey, look at you. Taken down anyway. Excellent. Seabird got it. 3 did better world building and might make you care about the others a bit more. 3 follows the universe and meta story ideas of 1 and 2. Sorry, I meant that the overall world is a direct continuation, but new storyline and characters. Right, right, right. Okay, that makes sense. The psionic schools are psychokinesis, telekinesis, electricity, metathermics, fire and ice, thought control, living targets, you see, and temporal manipulation. Man, that's okay. That sounds like you need to do a lot of reading before you get into that game. Wasteland has the goat. What do you mean, Mr. Loser? Wait, get it on Game Pass. Has all 3 games for free. Oh, nice. Yeah, games are investments now. Games are absolutely investments, and it's not just Ram Horn Helmet. Oh, okay, that doesn't do anything special. And it's not just the money, it's also the time. Like a lot of these games take you 60 to 100 hours to complete. I have no interest in spending 60 hours on something that turns out, hey, this sucks. And I should have never played it to begin with. I hate that feeling. Absolutely hate it. No, 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 no. I don't have the patience for it anymore at all. Wasteland 3 is a good choice. I always recommended 3 Shadowrun games too for CRPG fans. I really had a great time with those, especially mix up some non-fantasy settings. What is so great about those Shadowrun games? Like I saw Mortismo Gaming had a bunch of reviews up for them, but I didn't bother looking at any of them. But since that time, I've heard it mentioned in my comments multiple times, but I don't get it. What is supposed to be the appeal compared to other RPGs you could potentially play? Slandered, will you be checking out Alaloth in the future? I am. I watched again Wolfheart's stream of it and honestly wasn't all that impressed. But it's not like we got a ton of CRPGs out right now, so I am going to check it out. Hold, sir, but a moment. Give me a second, let me finish this. A hooded man waits upon the road, clad in a green cloak. He strides forward to meet you as you approach, and at a closer distance, his features are revealed for those of a younger man, though lined with weariness. He appears to be favoring his left leg as he walks, and there's a dark stain upon the fabric of his trousers, under the knee. Even so, he greets you with a polite bow. I do not know your purpose in traveling this road, friend, but I would warn you against it. He gestures up the path with a sweep of his arm. For the keep beyond belongs to the tyrant, which calls himself Lord of Gilded Vale. Like many tyrants, he has surrounded himself with stronger men and women for fear of retribution. The man smiles thinly, and so you are warned. If you would press on despite that, however, I wonder if we might not help one another. What is it you want me to do? The man nods, standing a little straighter. It is a grim task that I ask of you, but I assure you there is no other option. Lord Radric must be stopped. Too long has Gilded Vale suffered under Radric's madness. He would cure Wildwind's legacy by ensuring there are none alive in the village to be afflicted. I fear his own wife, Ygritte, may be at risk. The man has no mercy in him. We have not stood idle. My people and I breached the defenses, intent on ending Radric's rule ourselves. We entered through the sewers under cover of night, but we were routed. His face darkens. There are dark creatures down in the dungeons, the work of Radric's animancer. It falls to you. Lord Radric has called for further reinforcements, and soon there will be no stopping him. Our time grows short, and in this hour I must beg assistance where I can. He's going to owe us more than some rubble-strewn plot of land after this. Fling him from the ramparts, or else cut his head from his shoulders. I care not. Once his throne lies empty, Gilded Vale will have the stewardship that it deserves. Who are you? Only a man determined to see Gilded Vale restored to its former glory. There was a time, stranger, when Gilded Vale was worthy of its name. The crops gleamed like gold, and the village's people lived well. I don't know about the golden crops, but there were less flies anyway. And what has become of it now? Whatever has caused the blight upon our lands, it is not the fault of its people. Radric looks to punish us for crimes we have not committed, and in turn, he is blind to his own. I am not, and he will pay for what he has done. I swear it by the flame. I will find Radric and deal with him. Then I commend you on your courage and thank you for your assistance. But I would not send you onward without due warning. Radric's hold is crawling with soldiers and sellswords, all loyal to Radric. They will not take kindly to intruders. In truth, they will be all the more alert for our failed efforts. A frontal assault would be unwise. If you would brave it, you could follow our steps and seek out the entrance to the sewers at the eastern edge of the moat. He looks away, but several of my men were captured. It may be the entrance has been found and sealed anew. Those men were under my command. I would be in your debt if you found some means of helping them. Once you make it inside, seek out my old friend, Nedmar. He is the high priest, Baratheon, now that the shining god is fallen. A good man in difficult circumstances. He will listen to reason. Durrance chortles, nearly choking on his own disdain. Shining god. He never shone so brightly as when the bomb took him. The moniker is obsolete now. Ash does not shine. It's like if someone was to call you the attractive priest, Durrance. That's awesome. Nedmar can help you reach Raedric, but he resides in the upper level of Raedric's hold, protected by guards and mercenaries. You will have to keep to the shadows if you mean to reach him without alarming the entire keep. Thank you for the advice. I will make good use of it. I consider it a blessing from the gods that I have found someone that understands honor and duty. May Mogren bring you victory, Finn. I wish you luck. Awesome. Okay, I do remember that question. Think about it. That quest is rough. We are not ready for it. Let me scroll up through the chat. Let's see. Alalaf, I answered that. Pretty much any range build in Underrail only benefits from temporal manipulation. Melees do better with other side schools. All right. That's definitely sounds like a game that I'd be interested in. Yeah, I miss being able to spend all day on the game. Yeah, I don't live that life anymore. I got to choose my games very carefully. The storyline of some of the characters in the Shadowrun games are good to great in my opinion, with Dragonfall being the best. Combat is pretty simple but fun enough. So the Shadowrun games, should you play all of them, or is it like Wasteland where maybe I should just skip straight to Dragonfall? I guess. Knife users benefit a lot from thought control because they are attribute rich. Sledgehammers, machetes, and unarmed benefit from psychokinesis and spears from metathermics. Okay, this is Underrail again. All of them also like temporal manipulation. Absolutely fantastic. What's going on, Awaken? The setting and stories in Shadowrun are fun, and the setting is wonderfully different. Two and three are must plays. The first one is kind of a test bed. Okay, so maybe skip the first one and go to the second one. Do you miss a bunch of the story if you go to the first one? Like, do I need to read up on it, or if you go to the second one, it kind of will catch you up on everything you need to know anyway? Cole speaks no lies. I do like the stewardship. It deserves being nothing. The reason knife use is so good with thought control. Okay, yep, Underrail. Also, two last tips. Crafting is God and play with classic experience mode first time around. Interesting. I also recommend you watch Strat Edgies and Seth's Underrail videos. They are pretty fun. Okay. Okay. Sounds like Underrail is definitely a game that I should check out. Looking forward to it. Yeah. So, of course, I'm playing Pillars of Eternity on the stream. And then I'm also going through my Azada Pathfinder run right now. And then I also have Baldur's Gate that I'm going through. So, I plan for Wrath of the Righteous. I'm doing a Zada now, and I've still never done an Aeon run or Demon run, so I'm going to do those. And I think I'm probably going to wait until the enhanced edition comes out, and then I want to do Angel again. And then once I've done Angel again, I'm officially like done with the game. I'm probably never going back to that game again. Um, Oh yeah, Underrail with the Expedition expansion has reworked the dude's quest, making it one of the best CRPG quests ever. Awesome. Okay. All three games are different stories in a shared world. Okay, so does it work kind of like Dragon Age then, where it's different people in the same world and the stories transfer to the next game, or is it completely separate stories that are just so happen to be in the same world? In my opinion, I agree. Start with second Shadowrun, Dragonfall 2. First one is good, but a first draft in terms of system, story, etc. All three are standalone stories. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, that sounds like something worth playing. Azada. I'm loving the Azada playthrough so far. I am having a blast with it. Ooh, this is my first time going up against a skeleton. Can these skeletons be paralyzed? This is a good question. Let's test that out. And they can. Excellent. Okay. So then I'm not worried about you. Aeon is dope from what I've heard. I've heard great things about Aeon, most definitely. I'm really looking forward to that playthrough. Um, let's see. If time's limited, I wouldn't feel bad about jumping right into Dragonfall. There's no plot connection I remember. Not sure how well it introduces the world if you're not familiar there, to be frank. I'll start with the second one. Time is not limited. I plan to be running this channel for years and years and years. Haven't tried Underrail yet myself. Might now that I've seen this. Been actually playing through Fallout New Vegas. Oh, one of my favorites. I've never played Fallout 1 and 2, but Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, absolutely fantastic. I played through Fallout 4, didn't particularly care for that one, and I didn't even bother picking up Fallout 76. I could tell, like, okay, this is not going to be my kind of game. But Fallout New Vegas, absolutely love that storyline. Amazing. Really nice break from the mythic fantasy of Wrath while still a high stakes RPG. That's actually why I want to play Wasteland 3 next, because I feel like between Wrath of the Righteous, Baldur's Gate 3, and Pillars of Eternity, I need a clean break from this type of game, and I feel like Wasteland 3 is probably going to give that to me. Path is only fun to me with mods. I did not enjoy it as much as I thought I would like it. Completely separate. Never knows best. Recommend you start with Shadowrun Dragonfall. Got you. What class are you playing? I am playing as a Cypher for this game and having a blast with it.
Yes.
I'm playing with an Angel Druid build from CRPG, bro, right now. I feel like, honestly, Angel... Ooh, more came from out... And they are ganging up on me like crazy. You... Come deal with this. You're only at 2. Do you have slots? You do have slots. I didn't even realize you had slots. But now we're dealing with people who, unfortunately, it's not going to work as well with them. So, because they're not going to be as susceptible. Yeah. Okay. And, oh. Didn't handle that properly. It's fine. What class you playing? I'm playing with Angel. Yeah, Angel's awesome. Glad to hear. Quick side note, how are you feeling? Is the new lifestyle working for you? I am down 18 pounds. My wife is already saying that I look smaller. I am feeling good. I don't feel like I look smaller. I don't feel like I've lost weight. Like I'm not at the point yet where I'm like, oh, I have so much more energy. But I am absolutely determined to never put myself in the same position again. So I've still been going strong with eating the mostly saltless food, and the fruit, and basically sticking with the diet that we've set aside. I bike for 30 minutes basically every morning. And I plan probably sometime this week to start getting back into some weight training. So overall, I'm definitely better than I was at the time I made that first health video. Long way to go, a lot more to do, but I'm definitely very hopeful. Appreciate you asking, man. Yeah, I'm doing all right. Fallout 2 was my was my childhood. Yeah, I know there's a lot of people who swear by the old Fallouts, but they're just set up in a way where I just can't go back. Like I guess that's that limit, of how far back I can go to play a game. Like there's some older games I got no problems playing. Honestly, I'm having some issues with even Baldur's Gate. Like there are some aspects of the A's that's definitely wearing on me a little bit, but I'm powering through and seeing how the game is. 76 was absolute trash on release. Got my money back. Yeah, yeah. And I'm not even confident, even after all those updates, that it's any better. Like they made updates like hey, it NPCs can talk now. Like things that we take for granted in games at this point. They didn't make the type of updates where I'm like, okay, I wasn't going to buy this game, but now I can see why I should. I didn't feel that way at all about it. Nah, they lost me as a customer on that one. I think I actually like Fallout 4 more than 3. The story was much worse, but in a way that I found incredibly funny. I can see that some games are like that, where it's so bad it's good. I could definitely see that at all. Boss Page, what's going on? Good to see you. Good to see you. By the way, you can add custom portraits in Underrail. There's a tutorial on the wiki. Speaking of the wiki, it's an amazing wiki. Interesting. Okay. Okay, so actually, maybe that's a game that I should play first, because I have to play a game first before I can really go in and say I'm going to be a specific type of character when I play it. You know how my Azada run is like Kwame Planet. My first Pathfinder Lich run was Professor Snape. Like, because I had already seen the storyline, I knew in my head a character that I could put in there where I was like, this makes sense and I can really role play this. So if I played it first, I might be able to stream it as more of a role play. Happy to see you too, boss. Appreciate it, man. I feel like the first stream is going well so far. Damn, 18 is a huge accomplishment. Keep it up. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. That is definitely the plan. I definitely plan to see this going. Flock, what's going on, Playboy? Always good to see you, man. Hope you're doing all right. Yeah, when I lost 35 pounds, everybody told me I look healthier, but I felt no difference. I think everybody goes through that. Yeah, yeah, you know? And I think it's one of those things where I'm probably so unhealthy that it's going to take a major shift in weight before I start feeling like, okay, I might be somewhat of a healthy guy. I think right now I'm just reaching kind of an equilibrium. Um, if you want a low stakes CRPG, Age of Decadence or Underworld would be better than Wasteland 3. I keep hearing, well, first of all, Underworld wouldn't be low stakes, right? Because from what I've heard, that game is hard as hell. But Age of Decadence, I keep hearing about this game. And I think it's only like 10, 10 to 20 hours, right? It doesn't even take long to finish it. I should probably just go ahead and pick this game up and try it because I people keep mentioning it to me. Heroes of Might and Magic and MechWarrior were my childhood. I bet Baldur's Gate is what, 20 years old? Yeah, yeah, it's 20 years old. And I wasn't allowed to play games when I was a kid. So it's not like I grew up with all these games. I didn't get into gaming until I moved out the house and bought my Xbox. So really, Knights of the Old Republic was my first experience with a game where I could just play it over and over again as much as I wanted to. So it's still like going, it's still difficult for me, even though technically that's my like generation that I would have been the age where I would have been playing that. I didn't have that opportunity. Every update, the game gets worse. Actually, which game? I bet Baldur's Gate 20 years old. 76 was a dump. Oh, you talking about 76? I'm sure. I'm sure. Oh yeah, you're gonna play Disco Elysium? I'm not sure. You know, I already did a review, and I'm not sure how much interest there is in the game. Basically, we're gonna take turns deciding what game I stream. So I let the channel choose that I would play Pillars of Eternity. The next game I'm going to choose. And then once that's finished, we're going to put out another poll. And then whatever the channel decides, I'll go ahead and play. Unless I'm just like, yeah, there's no way I'm playing it. Like, I'm not going to be playing first person shooters. I don't like games like Call of Duty or Halo or things of that nature. So even if y'all vote on it, I'd be like, nah, y'all got to take this back and do something else. But other than that, I'm pretty much with whatever. Audio sounding good and the visuals are on point. Thank you. Thank you. I don't have anything else set up. I don't have my overlays. My alerts is all trash. I don't have any other bells and whistles, but I at least wanted to be sure that people would be able to hear me clearly and that when I was playing the video game, people would be able to see that without a problem. Second disco would love to see it. Really? Okay. Okay. So maybe that will be the game after that we see. Happy to see everyone here. BG2 must have come out late 90s, I think. Yeah, that sounds about right. Do you have a Discord so I could DM you a build once you choose your weapons and whatnot? I do not have a Discord server. I have an email. You can always send it to my email address, the slanderedgaming@gmail.com. You can send it there. I don't have time to manage a Discord server and it looked crazy complicated. So I feel like that might be one of those things where if the channel's making enough money, then I'd hire somebody and be like, yo, create my Discord server and run it for me so that the channel has a place to come together. But for right now, that's not in the cards. Low stakes. Low stakes in the story. I mean, I got you. I got you. Thank you for the clarification. Great t-shirt. Oh, what's it? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Achievement Unlocked Fatherhood. My wife got this for me as a Father's Day gift like 2 years ago, and I've loved it since. Yeah, I'm a fan of this T-shirt. That's a good point on Wrath. In some ways, the paths are more fun once you know the story, so that you can better decide a character that fits them. Exactly. I don't know if they fixed Wasteland 3, but on release of that crazy memory leaks, they fixed all that. Definitely, definitely, it's better now. Knights of the Republic is that fire. Oh man. Oh, oh, the first day I got Knights of the Old Republic, I um I was like, because I had seen a friend of mine play, so I kind of just picked it up, thought I was going to play it for a couple hours. I stayed up all night till like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Realized there was no way I was going to go to work. Called off work, slept for like 1 or 2 hours, and then got right back on. I basically finished the whole game in one setting, and then immediately started a new playthrough. Like I was immediately addicted to the game, immediately addicted to video games overall, and even to this day, despite all my issues with them, I am still a huge Bioware fan off of Knights of the Old Republic and Mass Effect. Like those two games had a huge impact on me uh, growing up. Yeah, Knights Republic was amazing. My oldest game is Neverwinter Nights. I never played Neverwinter Nights, and there was two of them, right? I think Neverwinter Nights and Neverwinter Nights Two. Never played either of them. Are they worth checking out? Really good, but even that's old enough that it hurts a bit to try to play it now. See, yeah, that's probably a game I'll pass on. KOTOR was gold. My polygons. Yeah, the KOTOR remake is the only thing I've seen that might actually make me buy a PlayStation because I think it's only coming out for PS5. I might have to pick up a PlayStation for that. Shadowrun Hong Kong. Yeah, I've been told the Shadowrun guns I definitely need to check out. Oh my god, I played KOTOR fully through like 11 times trying to get the Jahani romance, only for it to be like, we have a special bond. We don't need to talk anymore about it now. Fight. Yeah, that was back in the day when BioWare was a little more fearful. So I think they didn't want to have like a lesbian romance for Jahani. But by the time they got to the Dragon Age games, that all they threw all that out the water. Um, or Disco Elysium. Will you be covering God of War Ragnarok? Supposedly it will still release this year. I don't know. I honestly still haven't played through the original God of War. And even though I've always loved the God of War games, I'm also kind of cognizant about not spreading myself too thin. And I know that the lane we're usually in is like, RPGs, especially turn based RPGs. And so I don't even know if there's a real appetite among my audience for God of War content. Like I only released about one video on it, and I think that video got like 200 views, when the rest of my videos were getting like 2 or 3 thousand views at the time. So it kind of made me feel like even though I was interested in the game, maybe I don't have a channel that's interested in the game. So we'll see. I'm kind of gonna play it by ear depending on what's happening around that time. Love KOTOR. Still love it. That reveal broke my mind when I was a kid. Absolutely. Discord takes a bit. I've been doing server management and it's busy work. That's what I thought. It doesn't need to be a server. You just need an account to DM you. Oh, Flock, you got your Discord account set up? So here's the thing. I had my account set up years ago. Then I got a new phone number and I can't get to the old phone number in order to transfer things. And Discord basically, it wouldn't let me get into my account and it wouldn't let me create a new account with my email address. So I have to look at that again and maybe I can use a different email address with my new phone number. I don't know. I don't know. I have to look at that. But to answer the question, no, at this time I don't have a Discord set up. I refuse to use Twitter, by the way. And why is that, Leonard? My KOTOR was Jade Empire. Jade Empire was also fantastic, no doubt about it. Really, really loved that game. I did not love that game as much as KOTOR, but I think it's a shame that it never got a sequel. KEKW, you and me both, man. Okay. The first game I beaten was Plants vs. Zombies on PC. I never played that game, but I used to think the commercials looked very entertaining. They don't deserve that level of fandom, but I still be praying Bioware makes some good games again soon. Man, I'm really pulling for that new Dragon Age, bro, because I didn't like. I'll be honest, I didn't like the news that was coming out about it before. Like they were saying they were going to make a real time strategy game out of it. And of course, EA was trying to add those microtransactions, but it seems like they finally reset things and they're going to go back to, all right, this is going to be a single player game, no real time strategy stuff. We're going to take it back to the roots. That's what I want to hear. We'll see how it actually works out. Neverwinter Nights writing is good, but its writing is dry and very slow, and its graphics is somewhat dated. Okay. Yeah, Neverwinter Nights 1 and 2. I wouldn't really recommend them now. 2 is a buggy mess, and 1 is good but old. I do recommend the expansion Shadows of Rentide and Hordes of the Underdark. But can you enjoy those expansions if you haven't played the base game? Gotta play God of War. Yeah, you're probably right. Calling out of work to play KOTOR is a serious power move. You know what? I've actually always been that guy ever since KOTOR. Like when Mass Effect 1 came out, I took off like a week off of work and went and did it because I've always had the type of job where they give you vacation days and whatnot. But until I got with my wife, I wasn't the type of person to just go off on a vacation. So a lot of times I would use my vacation days to ensure I could just sit down and truly experience whatever game I was excited about. Like I still to this day remember that feeling of having that full week off to play Mass Effect 3 and then being devastated by the ending and still having like 2 or 3 more days off where I'm like, I have no interest in playing this game. This ending has left a terrible taste in my mouth, but I still ain't going to go back to work though. So I guess I'll figure something else off. People love God of War. If you put it out, they will watch. All right, I'll probably end up playing it. I don't see how I can avoid it. I still remember giving my dad, who was 70, Mass Effect, and it swallowed him whole months later. He had 17 playthroughs. That's awesome. Speaking of God of War, there's an awesome video called God of War Has Always Been Deep. You cowards. Really? That sounds like something I have to check out. You don't have to and shouldn't link your Discord to your phone number. Really? Okay, I swear it made me do that. But I'll check. I'll check. Apparently, Discord is something that I need to have. So I'll check in on that tomorrow. Twitter is just a cesspool of toxicity. This is very true. I will not deny it. I will not deny it. Jade Empire is coming back, by the way. I've been seeing articles claim it. What? What articles have you been seeing? Because all I've been seeing is them being upset that an update hasn't come out. I haven't seen anything about a sequel coming out yet or a remake. Interesting. Yeah, yeah. See, chromatic Justin, you playing with folks. You playing with people's emotions. Don't do that. Come on now. The only reason to use Twitter is to see cool art, in my opinion. I use Twitter to stay connected with news. Like a lot of the developers and the publishers, they'll come out with news. Like, for example, I'm actually going to be live tomorrow afternoon at I think 12 p.m. Central Standard Time because Nacon is doing a live show for all the games they're going to publish for the rest of the year, like the new Golem game and RoboCop and Blinding Steel. So it's stuff like that where if I wasn't on Twitter, I probably wouldn't be aware that they were doing that kind of stuff. And so it helps keep me in the loop. Jade Empire. From what I remember, Bioware took their KOTOR 2 plot idea and used it for Jade Empire. Interesting. I respect that use of vacation days. Thanks, Jacob. I appreciate it. I love Jade Empire. I just got it off EA on my PC. I'm about to set that bad boy up. I can't believe more games don't let you make your own legacy like that game did. Absolutely. Absolutely. It was a really fun time. 2 or 3 days to contemplate how everything in the galaxy is worse now after the ending of MB3. Basically, basically, like I was so bewildered by the experience. Yeah, Shadow and Hordes are separate from the main game of Neverwinter Nights. They're linked, so they form a separate, continuous story. That's very interesting. Okay, okay, that sounds like something worth checking out. Chromatic Gesture was pretty ahead of his time, absolutely. I need to play Pillars of Eternity 1 again someday and actually finish it. That's what people keep saying, that they've started this game but never finished it. I'm going to finish, and I'm finishing the base game and both of the DLC packs. We're going through it. Don't you worry. We'll never get any gameplay like this. I know. I've been thinking that in my head. Like, on the one hand, I don't want to make anybody feel like they're ignored. And on the other hand, it's hard to answer and play at the same time. Give me some time. Let me figure out a flow to this. I'll figure out a balance to be able to play the game and get you all's questions at the same time. We'll probably have to get a PS5 for KOTOR remake. Never played it. Absolutely, absolutely. That I might have to as well. Currently, I'm trying to finish PoE 2, Underrail, and Wrath of the Righteous. Whew, that's a trio of games. Mass Effect 3 would have leaned into the bleakness of this is unwinnable. Yeah, I was disappointed. I was very, very disappointed by what they did. Um, I thought our Druid party member was here, but apparently he's not. So he must be at Black Meadow. Is that it? Because I definitely want to get him before we go to Cadnor. While I love these games to death, I never finished them. Bioware, yeah, yeah. That and see, this is why I'm very careful with the games I select because I do finish the games I play. Like I don't I don't halfway do these games. Where is that party? I swear you get him before. Is he at the bridge? He wouldn't be at the bridge. That wouldn't make sense. You can't even cross the bridge yet. Or do you get him after Cadnor? See, now I gotta look it up because I feel like I'm missing something. Hold on. Hold on. Druid. Resolve Eternity. Where is this guy? Am I missing something? I just want my full team, Havars. He's at Storm. Oh, I don't have access to that yet. Okay. All right. Me being ahead. Bioware want to top themselves in terms of having a main story twist. So for KOTOR 2, they were going to make Master Vandar betray you. I love Obsidian's KOTOR 2, but I also want Evil Yoda. That would be awesome to see. Okay, so we don't have access to that party member yet. We could go to Anslog's Compass, but actually, I just want to go straight to Cadnoa. I just want to go straight there. Don't pay attention to chat. We are the crazy voices. I'll try to keep it in mind. Ooh, look at that. 2 people leveled up. I will take it. Eder, what's going on with you, bro? Let's see. You get 9 points. What do I level up with you? I think you focus on athletics, right? Definitely athletics, and then a little bit of survival as well. Um, We'll take some more athletics for you for now. And what does he also get? Ooh. Oh man, I have no idea what to do for this. Okay. So he can take bonus knockdown. We're not doing that. What's Wary Defender? +5 all defenses except deflection. What's defensive? Hold the line. +1 enemies engaged. Weapon is shield style. +6 shield deflection. Shield deflection bonus also applies to reflex. That sounds like probably what we're going to get. Yep, I'm good with that. This works. This works. This works. This works for me. And done. Love having conversation with you, man, but feel free to ignore. You got game to play. Thanks, Dragon Dog. I appreciate it. If that remake is PS5 exclusive, they'll get my money. I hate to admit it. Same here. I had no intention of getting a PS5, but I might have to do it. Any plans for Midnight Suns? Hoping it doesn't flop. Regardless of whether or not it flops, I'm going to be playing it. I mean, I'm just a huge, huge, huge Marvel fan. So there's just no choice in it for me. I have to at least try it. Speaking of great video game series, have you ever played the Mafia games? All of them. Every single one of them. Loved all of them. They're supposed to be remaking. Are they? They're not remaking one. They're remaking something, and then they also announced that the new one that I think is supposed to be actually in Italy, like in Sicily. I'm definitely playing it. Definitely, 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 definitely playing that. Amplified Thrust, Mind Blades. I don't remember which one I was going to do. Phantom Foes, no. Psycho Vampiric Shield. The Cypher uses the target's strength of mind against it, stealing a portion of its resolve in order to better deflect incoming attacks. I think we'll go with Amplified Thrust. No one know why Wasteland 3 crashes when you press shift? No idea. The OG Dragon Age is really fun. One of those that aged a bit and it's hard to revisit. A lot of fond memories. Maybe consider a playthrough down the road. Absolutely. I'm playing through all the Dragon Age games. Dragon Age, Mass Effect is probably my favorite Bioware series, but the first Dragon Age is probably It's probably my favorite Bioware game. I probably like it more than KOTOR only because there's more of it. Like KOTOR is only 20 hours, whereas you get a lot more from Dragon Age. So absolutely, I definitely plan to play that. I play on PC. Haha, I was just going to say for first stream, this is really good with the with the chat banter. Right, right. It's all chat banter, no gameplay. I'm sure the people came for the game like, bruh, are you ever going to play it? I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying, but at the same time, I want to make sure people get answered. Plus 20% melee damage, plus 20% range damage, draining whip, plus 33% focus gain, right? Yep. More damage, more focus. Let's go with more focus for now. We'll do more damage later. Why I love leveling up so much. I even love watching other people level up. Same, Jacob. Absolutely the same. um, I saw a Series X in the store last month and almost bought it and fit a madness just because it was the first time I'd ever seen one. Nice. Mine plays pretty good on Pillars of Eternity 2. Don't know about 1. I'll probably end up getting that next. The first Dragon Age at Kraken, I absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. Dragon Age is wild. Yeah, yeah. Definitely right up there for me with Mass Effect. I absolutely love the Dragon Age series. Really, really excited for Dragon Age 4. Hoping they don't screw it up. Gotta help Dorian into Venter be able to write his home world. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm with all that. And I assume Iron Bull has got to be in it as well, since he was supposed to go with Dorian over to Taventer. Come on now. Come on now. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Just off the side of the path into Cad Noor stands an imposing figure, a tall, thick set Amua, clad in worn armor and peering up at the outer walls of the keep. In his hand is a small piece of charcoal, and he works feverishly at taking notes upon a small scrap of paper. More than once he has to reach up to prevent his colorful cap from falling off his head as he gazes upwards. What are you doing over there? The man looks over at you, blinking in surprise. His face splits in a wide and very toothy grin, and he waves the parchment in greeting. Killing time, if I'm honest. I've already walked the perimeter twice. There are names scratched upon some of the bricks, just there. Workers and masons, I expect, carving a little immortality for themselves. He looks up at the wall again, expression fond. It's a fine keep, Cadnor. 2 centuries to its name and abandoned for nearly as long.
But the truly interesting part is in there, and I haven't had much luck in reaching the keep itself. I hoped to find the master of this place, a man by the name of Meerwald. But it seems that he either holds his privacy most dear, or else has been devoured by his house guests.
What do you want from Mayor Wald?
Knowledge. Or, to be less clever about it, a certain text. I've come in search of a great treasure, you see. Not gold or silver, but the Tanvi Oratoa. You might call it the Book of Virtues. It's a sacred text of Rauatai, but we possess only a small fragment of it.
A year I've journeyed in search of the rest, and I found evidence suggesting that the original lies there beneath the keep. I want to ask Merwald if he knows of it. And you, my friend? Why are you here? Apparently, I'm something called a watcher, and Merwald can tell me what that means.
A watcher? You've spoken with spirits? There are many questions I would ask if I could do the same.
Well, perhaps we can help one another. The grounds are infested with all manner of beasts. I have never seen the like. I did not want to risk it alone. But you seem capable. Together, I am sure we could manage it. And then we can both ask our questions of Merwold. Let's go meet Merwold then.
Excellent. Lead on, my friend, and I will be at your heels. Ah, wait. Speaking of that, I ought to warn you first. Those teeth, I nearly forgot. I have, at times, been followed. It began in Adir, and in Exomitl they attacked outright. I believe they do not wish for me to find what I am looking for. I say believe, but I have been told as much by one of my would-be assassins. I pay them little mind. Humorless sorts in long robes. But it's why I bought the sword, you see. And it's only fair that you should know.
What are a few assassins between friends?
I'm glad you're not discouraged. Come then. Who knows what we will find inside?
Excellent. All right. You know what? I'm gonna make a Twitter account. Well, thank you. I do so appreciate it. Yeah, I definitely plan to play the game. The Dragon Age was my first ever RPG on my own computer. I find it hard to go back now. I'm one of those monsters that's likes Inquisition more. I loved Inquisition and really feel like it gets a bad rap, even though I do agree it comes off a little MMOE sometimes because of all the stuff you repeat over and over again. I wish they had kind of moved to a different design, but still, I absolutely love the game. Um, and I'm one of, but there will always be something special about it to me. Absolutely, absolutely. We got to get to Dorian and lead the revolution back. Got to keep that tide of change going. Come on now, you know it. You know it. One shattered cast still smells faintly of ale, long spilled into the dirt. Absolutely, man. Dorian is one of the most well-written characters I've ever experienced in a video game. Really, really liked him. Who was your favorite companion in Dragon Age? When you say Dragon Age, do you mean the series overall, or do you just mean the first game? If you mean the first game, Morgan. Morgan. I mean, I love Claudia Black's voice, and I think she did an amazing job with the character. And I feel like the
Once again,
character.
gates. With more success this time, I hope.
Don't worry, you're with me. You're going to be more successful. And I feel like she's incredibly interesting, whether you're playing as a good person or an evil person.
Leave it to me.
And so I just feel like overall, holy smokes, that's a lot of people. Are these people susceptible to being paralyzed? That's the first question. Yes, they are. That's excellent to know. Now, he is surrounded. Excellent. And we got another one of these. So let's break off another one. Oh, yep. There we go. He tried to come over here. Eder, what are you doing? Attack, bro. Attack. All right. We're good regardless. And relatively little damage. Excellent. My phone is going off, but I don't know where it is. One moment. Here it is. Oh, medication. Who was your favorite companion in Dragon Age? Right. I said, I assume DA4 got to do better than Emmy Andromeda. They can't mess it up this bad that many times, right? You would hope so, but you can't be sure. I keep telling myself to sleep at night. Have you ever thought about about doing voice acting? I would actually love doing voice acting. I'm giving serious consideration to starting like a public campaign for my channel members to be reaching out to Owlcat to get me into that new Warhammer game. Like, because Owlcat doesn't respond to me at all. I feel like I'm going to have to be forceful about it. But I really, really want to be a part of that game. And just in general, I love voice acting. I love being able to narrate stories and things of that nature. So I would love to be a part of a video game. We'll see how it works out. Sorry, that's one of the joys of going to the hospital with a heart issue. They give you a ton of medicine that you have to take all freaking day.
And keen ears. All right then.
Passionate fan base for sure. Consider doing a fan mail series to shout out your favorite comments, videos, and interact in real time. Yeah, I might have to do that. Frayed lengths of rope and a few flint chips are scattered across this workbench. I feel I'm going to have to help get the word out. I mean the series overall. Hmm. Honestly, probably Cassandra. Probably. Probably a tie between Cassandra and Leliana. Leliana, because the conversations you would have with her in Dragon Age were just incredible to me the first time I experienced them. So I have very strong feelings about that character. Only weeds grow in this dusty patch. And then Cassandra, because honestly, Cassandra reminds me a lot of my wife. My wife can come off as very harsh sometimes, and she's very logical and analytical, but at heart she is definitely a romantic, and she's sweet. You just have to break through that exterior. And so the romance that you do with her, it reminded me a lot of my relationship with my wife, and it made me enjoy it even more. The hedges grow in shaggy heaps shot through with weeds and tall grasses. Man, I have work to do, but I had to say hi since I saw this happen. Mtar, appreciate it, man. Glad that you were able to stop by. Lennon, what was it? The end of May, I was in the hospital for about a week because my blood pressure hit 220, causing my heart to fill my lungs up with a bunch of liquid, and I couldn't breathe. So now I have a bunch of. That's why early in the stream they were asking, "How am I doing now? Am I okay?" Holy smokes, I screwed this up. My guy is getting absolutely destroyed right now, but it's okay. We're almost done. Whew. Okay. Um. So yeah, I wouldn't necessarily call heart problems, but like basically what has happened is my body has let me know that I'm carrying too much weight and has to drop off. I've never been in the hospital before, never been in an ambulance before. Those were all first for me. So even though I've always been big, it's never been a problem where it was like, oh man, you got serious problems. Something's going to happen to you if you don't drop it off. So sometimes when it rains, it pours. My body let me know all at once the good times are over. You better go ahead and get this in check, or terrible things are going to happen to you. So it just is what it is. Hey man, just got here. How long the stream going on, and how do you like it so far? What's going on, Marcera? Stream starts at 10 p.m., so it's only been going on for about an hour now, and I love it. I love being having this opportunity to be able to connect with you all directly like this. I think it's really really cool, and I'm looking forward to being able to do more of it. Is this what I want to do? Is this the main area or not? Um. Uh, let's see. Three crazy people in Eder. Nice party. Yeah, this isn't my permanent party. Permanently, I want the godlike, and I want the other cipher, grieving mother, on there. But they're crazy too. So, Cassage's romance quest line was pretty funny in DAI. Absolutely. Oh God, while you were thinking, I thought you might have passed out. Not at all. Not at all. I'm over here dealing with a sweetheart too. Yeah, for sure, Flock, for sure. One thing about DAI I really liked but forgot about was how you could flirt with like everyone, even if you couldn't romance them. And if you kept doing it, you got to have an awkward talk. Absolutely. I like the fact that they took that into account. Rat skitter among the broken stairs. Yeah, I like the fact that they knew they have a fan base who was going to try to flirt with and talk with everybody, and so they added content in there to take that into account. Really, really cool stuff. Time to get disciplined. That's all. Absolutely, Flat. Absolutely, and that's what I've been doing. I don't know if you're on the stream, but I'm down 18 pounds so far, brother. So I plan to just keep that going and do what I got to do to make sure I get my body nice and healthy. You know, and at the end of the day, I don't look at the experience as a bad thing. I could have died. I could have died. I didn't. So be grateful. The shelves creak under the books. Many of the covers are mottled with mildew. Are you going to live stream Baldur's Gate 3 panel from hell? I plan to. When is the next panel? I thought it was this week. Maybe it is, but whenever it is, absolutely, yeah. I think it's gotten to the point where I got to start doing some Baldur's Gate 3 content. I mean, I'm the only one who's been basically ignoring that game. I feel you. I had some sort of throat problems that spawn infinite phlegm, which makes it difficult to breathe. So it's weird. For at least about a month before I had to go to the hospital, I was coughing up phlegm all the time. I thought it was bronchitis. And so, I went to the doctor and I was like, yo, why do I keep getting congested like this? Why is it bronchitis? It wasn't bronchitis, it was congestive heart failure. My heart was filling up different parts of my body with liquid because, like, your blood pressure is skyrocketing out of control, dude. I don't know what to do. Yikes. At least you got the wake up call before it was too late. Absolutely. Glad to see you're doing well. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Oh, wow. I remember you from Bolshe Stream. Where is Bolshe? Does anybody know? Like the last community message I saw him put out, he was like he had just caught COVID, and his schedule's kind of raggedy, and that was like 4 months ago, and I hadn't seen anything of him since. Has anybody know what's up with him? I would just like to know at least that he's all right. Maybe if he just decided to start doing YouTube stuff, but I would hate to hear that like COVID got him. Like, but he always came off as a fit guy, so I just assumed he would weather the storm. Like, come on, I survived COVID twice. If my if my fat ass got through COVID twice, I know him built like a brick should have gotten through it. So what's the deal? I'll go to the doctor Friday morning to see if he has some meds for that. In fact, it's 1 a.m. here in Brazil, and I'm still awake because of this sore problem. I can't go to sleep when I'm having trouble breathing. If I'm like feel like I can't breathe past whatever is in my chest, I found that out while I was experiencing that congestive heart failure. That's a no go for me. I have to deal with whatever congestion is there because otherwise, it's just no way I'm getting sleep. Cobwebs bind the remains of a broken alembic, a cracked motor, and various shattered bottles and vials to the table. All right, that's it. Well, that was a waste. I didn't have to sneak my whole way through that. Good. This is the only thing I don't like about this game. The fact that it makes you walk slow and sneak around to notice any hidden objects. Come on now, man. Um, and I'm still way proud of you, my boy. I appreciate it, brother. I'm actually really glad that thus far this is working out. There's obviously been other times where I try to take care of my health and I wasn't able to make the changes that I needed to. So honestly, I'm really, really glad that for whatever reason, this is the time where it's been easy for me. Like, just do what you got to do, man. Do what you got to do. Hey man, you ever hear from your doctor what kind of exercise you can start doing? I'm biking every morning for 30 minutes. I never had a conversation with my doctor about it. I ended up having to go to a different hospital because I was dissatisfied with the level of care I was getting from my actual doctor. But I just decided to start working out, and I have not been experiencing.
Our village! We've done nothing to you! You can't do this!
Do what?
This is our village, our home! The Nine Claws have lived here almost 50 generations. We were here long before your kind brought war to our lands. You can't just burn it all! Have mercy, soldier! Our warriors have all gone! You can't burn us all because of them!
He reaches out to you and opens his mouth to say something, but all that emerges is a series of violent coughs. He falls to his knees, choking on the thickening smoke. Flames overtake the vision as you back away. Rough. Um, yeah, I'm biking 30 minutes for 30 minutes at least per day. Hasn't caused any chest problems the way it was before I got into the hospital. It's been fine, so I'm just going with it. I think it's tomorrow, isn't it? The panel from hell. I thought the Nacon panel was tomorrow. 6 p.m. Eastern today. 7/7/22. Oh, so it is tomorrow? Yeah. Whenever I'll look it up. Whatever it is, yes, I'll be looking at it. I'll be live streaming it. Lizard skins, knuckle bones, and teeth of various sizes lie among the weeds. Sorry, I mean 1 p.m. Interesting. Okay. Baldur's Gate 3 multiplayer is very fun, by the way. I was wondering, so can you actually play the multiplayer in the a version that's out right now? Like you could connect with other people and play through multiplayer? Because actually, that might be fun to do on a stream. Connect with some of the other channel members that are excited about the game, and we play through some content. That actually might make me go ahead and give it a whirl. Tangled wires and broken gears litter these wooden boxes. What did I miss? What's that? Every once in a while, I'll check out Bolshi's vids, and he's still active in the comments. I assume work hitting him like a truck, and it might slow down in the summer. Bolshi still answers comments about his guy's land survey house I was 10 days ago. Cool. Okay. Cool. So he's all right. He was just busy. The man always had a busy work and family life. Cool. And you know what? That's good. It's good to have an active family life. That's I I got no problems with that whatsoever. I just wanted to know that he was okay. That's my case then. My pressure is fine. Plus, anytime I eat or drink something, the phlegm spans even more. Oh yeah, then you definitely got to get that checked out. They should be able to give you something that's going to provide you with relief. Um, yeah, Panel from Hell tomorrow. If you stream it, I will watch it begrudgingly. Well, I appreciate the sacrifice you are willing to make for me, sir. Yes, I will go ahead and watch it. I'm actually off for the next 2 days because I got to work Friday and Saturday. So might as well go ahead. Freeze. Adder's still good. That's fine. Why didn't nobody froze from that? I don't appreciate that. Hold on here. Who's the guy here? You. There we go. Get him out of there. Now all of you focus. All of you focus on him. Get him out of here. There we go. There. Now we get you. Uh-huh. Adder. Did you use your second win? Go ahead and use the second win, please. Oh, you're stunned. That's why you couldn't do anything. All right. It's okay. You're okay. He got Rona. He had Rona like 4 months ago, though. He should be good now. Good timing on game talking about not being able to breathe. Hey, you got a link for that live stream you did with Wolfheart? Couldn't find it on his channel. I didn't do a live stream with him. I was just watching it, watching his live stream. By the way, in case you didn't know already, I DM'd you on Twitter with the Underrail stuff. Awesome. Okay, thank you. I'll look at it after my stream, or I'll end up looking at it tomorrow. I might be tired after the stream. One side of this pillar is graven with hundreds of whorls and ridges. Even under a layer of grime and moss, the Adra gleams. Yes, you can multiplayer with others in BG3 right now. Ooh, that's compelling. Flora, my man, how's it going? If trouble breathing, have your doctor do a breathing test, especially if wheezing at night. I found out that I have asthma and have been put on a twice-a-day inhaler, and it helps a lot. There you go. Good advice. Yeah. My wife had been telling me for months to get started with the sleep apnea machine, and I was ignoring her. When I finally started using that, man, it made a big deal. Woo! They are singeing you, Eder. Come on now, bro. Somebody benefited from that fight. Who was that? Alaloth and Primal Flame. Awesome. It's crazy. Been doing fine. Just struggling. What is your favorite pillars? One or Deadfire? So I think I like the overall story more in one, but the comp. Why is Eder running? Oh, he's confused. Interesting. Okay, that's not good. And the Will-O-Wisp comes right around us. Luckily, there's only one. The conversations you can have with deities and Deadfire is probably my favorite overall Pillars of Eternity content. Like those conversations where they're all in front of you and huge, and you look like a small, insignificant figure before them. So amazing. And the music that goes with it, the narration that goes with it, those sequences were just perfectly done. So I would say that Deadfire probably has the higher ceiling of content that I like, but Pillars of Eternity is more consistent and steady because I really enjoyed the story more than Deadfire. I always hear sleep apnea. I haven't had myself sleep test. Need to before I retire though. I would highly recommend it. Like when I went in for my sleep test, the person who was running it, she was shocked that I was still alive. When I woke up, she was like, there were multiple times throughout the night where she was like, you stopped breathing for long sequences. Like it was clear she was disturbed by my performance on the sleep apnea test. So yeah, it's definitely worth checking it out. And honestly, it's made a big difference since I started using it. I can tell I'm a lot less sleepy during the day. I get through sleeping throughout the day a lot easier. It's just better. It's just unquestionably better. Unquestionably better. Eder's back must hurt from carrying the entire team. He's not carrying the entire team. My cipher is paralyzing people every so often, setting him up to be able to do more. BG3 multiplayer is fun. You should try it. Awesome. Yeah, that sleep apnea is no joke. Absolutely. Were you planning on doing a tips tactics series for PoE like with Wrath of the Righteous, or did you already do them? I missed it. I've made no Pillars of Eternity content other than playing through the game. The Brazier's chains are rigid with rust because I don't know if there's an appetite for it. You know, with these older games, I don't know if people are still looking for information about how to play it better and do better with it, or if I you kind of missed the boat on that. So I've been hesitant to do videos on it the way I would on a Pathfinder. The gray and brown pelts of mice flit between the boards. But I might. We'll see how as I get into the flow of it. I'd be talking smack to the gods of Deathfire, which is such a fun time. Such a fun time. Can you play PoE without playing one? You absolutely can. You absolutely can. There's definitely some things that you'll get from playing the first one, but honestly, they do a great job of bringing you up to speed. A fantastic job. So I wouldn't be worried about it at all. These are separate from what's up here, if I remember. So should I rest? I kind of feel like I should probably rest. Yeah, let's go ahead and save and do a rest. Because Eder, he's not carrying the whole team, but he is going through a lot right now. Okay, you need lore for scrolls, and you also need I want 3 points in athletics for use in case you have to use second wind. And then you get spells. Spells. What do I want for you? Oh, you don't have mirrored image yet? Yeah, we should probably get that for those unfortunate times. And then what do we want? You can get sneak attack, penetrating blast, bonus first level spell. Oh, I don't remember what I was supposed to be getting for you, Grimoire Slam. Um, no main thing. What did I miss? Hold on. The character creation system Pillars of Eternity 2 is amazing. Absolutely agree. The main thing that draws me to CRPGs is character building. Absolutely agree. That's sweet, man. How they like that project you were working on back when? Is this your full time job now? Retired or have another job still? Are you talking to me? If so, I have a full time job. I definitely do not make enough money from the channel for my wife to be comfortable with me quitting my job. This boy likes to confound the medical system. Hey, I can only be me. People are looking at Divinity because of BG3. Just a heads up. I've I figured as much. And I actually plan to play through Divinity Original Sin before BG3 comes out. Definitely, a lot of things with old games, nostalgia, backseating, missing the boat, etc. Absolutely, I feel like for channel growth, new will be the way, at least to start. Well, it turned out fine considering the group of people wasn't clicking that well. All things considered, I'm good with the result we got. Also, Pillars of Eternity is an underrated game. I can't wait for Avowed to come out on the next gen Xbox. Me too. I was really disappointed not to see any Avowed information come out in that last whatever that conference was that they held. I really thought we were going to get some Avowed information, and that did not happen. What am I supposed to do with this guy? We could do bonus first level spell, but I don't remember if I think in my mind, I wanted penetrating blast. I think that's what I'm supposed to use for him. We're going to go ahead and get that done. Yeah, I'm really, really excited for Avowed, but I agree with the commentary that it's a little disturbing that no information came out, and begs the question: how do they actually feel about it? Okay, interdiction. This is what I want. Thank you. Done. There we go. That's the way the fight's supposed to start. Okay. Now we can go ahead and actually wait. His grimoire, is it automatically filled? No. Are we good with the stuff on one? Combat only, wizard double. Yeah, that's fine. And chill fog. And then what's the second one? He's got a mirror image. Yeah, okay, that's fine. That's fine. He's good. Because we don't even have third level yet, right? Yep. Okay, fine. Um, and then camping is not allowed in this area. Why not?
What?
Can I do it outside? Necrotic lance. Oh, yeah, I could have chosen SOP. Are there any romance options in this Pillars of Eternity? I don't quite remember. I think Pillars of Eternity 1, you can't romance anybody. Pillars of Eternity 2, they do have romance options. There we go. Now I can rest. Divine Original Sin is great. Me and a group are doing Sin 2 to while we wait for BG3. Nice. Yeah, Divinity Original Sin 2 is definitely one of my all-time favorites. Red Prince. I love the Red Prince's origin story. I had such a great time going through it. I went through all of them except Ifan. I always found him boring. So I couldn't bring myself to go through all of his story. But the rest of them, ooh, I totally missed that kind of story. The rest of them I really enjoyed. Ooh, what's this? Whispers of Yenwood. Mmm. 20% of grazes converted to hits, plus 5 accuracy against spirit, -3 will. Mm. Well, we're definitely going to take it. And, you might prefer sabers, but we're just going to give this to you anyway because we know it's going to help for now. And then we might consider taking it out of your hands later. Okay. Um, Once I retire, I'd love to get into something like this. 6 years to go. Maybe BG3 has full release to go with it. Absolutely. Absolutely, yeah. This is what I want to do full time, but I know there are some additional things that I need to do to put myself in a position where I'd be able to do that. I'm not quite there yet. Hey, man, did you ever explain the origin of the new channel name? I don't think I did. My middle name translates into the slandered one. And so that's why I call this slandered gaming. Basically, my father, my first and middle name are two separate African kings. So my middle name is Setchwayu. And in African cultures, sometimes if you become a really huge famous person, your name will become an actual word in the vocabulary. So Sechweyu was someone whose father attempted to have him killed because he felt like he was a threat to the throne. So Sechweyu ended up having to kill not only his father but his brother as well. So he was called the slandered one because basically these members of his family were saying all these terrible and negative things about him in order to justify trying to have him murdered. Now, it is completely possible that he actually was the person that they were claiming he was, and that the things that they were saying was 100% correct. But when you're the victor, you get to write history. So his name translates into the slandered one, meaning if you try to gain power or get to a certain level of acclaim, it's just no avoiding people trying to slander you and bring you down. And so I chose slandered gaming not only because of my namesake, but also because I know I make different kind of content, and I know sometimes I'll probably make content that'll rub people the wrong way. So I came into this understanding that hey, sometimes people are going to talk negatively about you. They're going to try to tear you down. They're going to slander you. And that's just the way it is. You might as well just accept it and move forward and try to be as great as you possibly can be. So that's why it ended up being changed to slandered gaming. What did I miss? Um, Me and the boys had a wonderful time with Duran's Sin. Awesome. Play Weird West at all? I have not played Weird West yet. I saw the review, so it seems like something I would like, but I haven't got into it yet. And Pillars of Eternity 2, all romance are bisexual. Interesting. I love Fane, Red Prince, and Losi. Yeah, Original Sin 2 is just amazing. It's such a journey. One of those games that feels like you finish an epic novel. I 100% agree with that. I love all the original Sin 2 companions so much. Even the lone wolf guy will be one of my favorites in the game with less competition. Absolutely. I feel like the lone wolf guy is boring to me in comparison to all the other people you could potentially play. So every time I think about playing with Fine and I compare it to Red Prince, Bill, and all the rest of them, I'm like, nah, I'm not doing that. Oh, dude, that's dope. Where in Africa is the origin come from? West Africa, if I'm remembering it correctly. BG3 will have so many mods if it doesn't flop. What a cool story attached to the name. I don't think there's any chance of BG3 flopping. Like, even if we play it and we're like, you know what, this doesn't stack up to the original Baldur's Gate, it's still probably going to be in the list of the top 10 RPGs for the year, like just off production values alone. So I'm not really worried about it flat out flopping. And I guarantee you there will be mods. There'll be even more mods if it turns out to be of low quality because the mods will be trying to get it to the level of quality they feel like it should be. So no worries about that for me at all. It's a great name and story. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Probably the coolest origin behind a name I've heard in real life. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Agree. That's a surprisingly good name story. Thank you. Thank you. My nickname is the Slander Commander, so it's all good. That's awesome, Block. That's awesome. You know it. Didn't find a mess for that void. Peace. Keep up the good work. Have to get kids to bed. Thanks a lot, Oka. Glad that you were able to make it, man. Take care. I haven't heard many good things about Weird West. From what I remember about the review, it seemed like Weird West is weird, but it is worth playing. But again, I haven't played it myself, so I can't comment much on it. Ain't no way BG3 gonna fail. Ain't no way. I 100% agree. This game is gonna do well no matter what. It might not stack up to the original for us, but it's gonna do well. It feels as if cobwebs are the only things holding this rickety old mess together. Something has made a nest out of the old straw mattress ticking. Interesting. We got mods right now. Mods are also going to keep BG3 alive forever. Camera, what's going on, man? How are you? Absolutely. The mods are going to I'm not sneaking through this the way I'm supposed to. I'm like, why do they even have the upstairs if there's nothing you can get from it? But I remember there's probably secret things that I didn't even pick up. It's fine. If Diablo 3 and Cyberpunk 2077 sold well, pretty sure PG3 will do fine no matter what. This is another great point. Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know how Diablo 3 did. I assume it sold well, but Cyberpunk, I know it sold very well, even in the midst of all the controversy. So sometimes the hype just takes over. And it doesn't matter whether the product is actually good. People are just going to buy it because they've been hearing about it for so long. Phantom Shadow. Spiders have taken up residence in the empty shells. I picked up the first Baldur's Gate to play while I'm playing for BG3. It's really good. Yeah, Death, I've got a couple of videos about Baldur's Gate up on my channel. I'm going through a playthrough right now. So actually, in my playthrough, we just got through going through the Knoll Stronghold to recruit Dinah here. So having a good time with it so far. Why is... Oh, crap. I keep forgetting these dudes love to teleport around. You already doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're stunned. Not good. Duraz, don't talk about him like that. Awoken would be great, but gotta rise. And great. Yeah. I think BG3 already sold pretty well. Probably. Can't wait for BG3 full release. Since I finally upgraded my graphics card, it should run on lowest now. Awesome. Don't forget to turn on the speed mode so you can sneak faster. Did I not do that? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh, come on. I completely forgot to do that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Um, yeah, looking forward to the playthrough. Honestly, it's been so long, and the D&D system they're based on are so different. How it stacks up on the original trilogy isn't even on my radar. They better add Dragonborn on BG3. Oh, I would love that. I would love that. I made a video when, or I included it in my review of Solasta that I'm really tired of these D&D developers using the same races over and over and over again. They act like only human, elf, and dwarf exist. Come on now, man. It's a whole big world out there. This map shows the Deerwood's old colonial borders. A settlement called New Dunrid is marked in the place of present day Defiance Bay. Allegedly, Baldur's Gate 3 launch was a big enough deal that it broke Steam for a bit. Holy smokes. I'm a scaly after all. Nice. I'm really early in the game playing a paladin, and I have to check out your videos. Yep, absolutely. Looking forward to your feedback on them. How do you feel about branching out of the RPG genre? Because there's a good game that's about to be very popular. It's called Callisto Protocol. I feel like I heard about that. I don't mind branching outside of the strictly RPG genre, but what I'm not really for the most part into is I'm focused on the story. So I can play first person shooters or games like that if there's a strong focus on the story. But a lot of times the focus is on the gunplay, the combat, things of that nature. And though that's not what's as important to me. Also, I'm really prefer party based games. And so that's kind of also why I end up sticking to RPG lane. But at the end of the day, a great game is a great game. I'm always down to play great games. Yeah, it's either nice now. The story seems to be very well. I know, right? There's so many races, so much content. Exactly, Boss Page. Exactly. Think about the buzz team for BG3. Man, I wish they had more portraits for the different races. Pillars one, they got like 80 humans and then three for every race. Yeah, it seems to me that portraits are always an issue in these type of games, either in Wrath or the Righteous. I'm not really satisfied. I find it better to think of BG3 as Divinity only as two with a plot that's actually good because it definitely doesn't feel like those, but it's a good game for what I played. From what I've heard, uh, I only played BG3 when the early release first came out. And when it first came out, it seemed like it was exactly like Original Sin 2. From what I've heard, all the patches and updates it went through has radically changed the game to the point that it's a lot different and feels distinctive. So it might feel more like Baldur's Gate now. I don't know. I have to check it out. As you come to the end of the Great Hall, you perceive an inviting warmth radiating from a grand throne, wrought out of marble, its masterful artistry out of place amidst the castle's more practical stonework. The veiled face of a woman is carved above the throne's backing, watching over the room with hollow eyes. At your approach, you feel the warmth fluctuate as though stirring. A voice rings out from the carving, permeating the fortress through stone and air.
Another watcher in Cadnua, glowing very brightly indeed to these eyes. What strange happenstance.
You know what I am?
One could hardly mistake it. You're burning like a candle. Of course, I also know what to look for. In any case, I assume you're here looking for Maywald?
Are you imprisoned in that throne?
Imprisoned? At times it feels that way, I suppose. But it's more that I reside here. The throne was brought up from the ruins. One of the first things they found. As a last favor to a dying woman, the Earl arranged for me to be moved into it. Audra is an accommodating vessel for a soul. Oh, it's not as confining as it seems. I can feel the whole keep from here, and all things that are tied to it. There's something about this throne and its construction. Or maybe it's something about this place.
So you're comfortable with that situation? Psst, I wouldn't be. Any idea where I can find Merwald?
I can feel his presence faintly somewhere deeper inside the keep. But he uses his gifts to confound me, and my senses are dulled while he does so. I only wish I could know his mind.
Tell me more about Merwald.
He was a great man. He came here one day, young with long hair and polished armor, and he banished the dark things that had come to lurk in this place after centuries of neglect. He could see the beauty of this place, the way it had been, so he claimed it for his own when no one else would take it. We worked together to restore it. But he began to grow distant some time ago. He never told me why. He retreated deeper and deeper into the keep, never leaving, sending servants for food, hiding himself from my sight. The restoration stopped. Now, to look at the place, you'd never know the progress we've made. In most places, it's worse than it ever was. And all I can do is watch it crumble around me.
Farewell.
Take care in your search. Many dangers lie in wait here.
All right. Progress being made. Let's see. What did I miss? Yeah, even if they aren't in game, I'm sure there would be mods. Absolutely. Be mono. Raise I wish more games did like Pillars of Eternity and have more reactivity than Pillars of Eternity. I want the game to acknowledge that I'm a wacky scale elemental man, not just have +2 dexterity. Absolutely, I 100% agree. Hey, Slandered, are you a strategy game fan? For the most part, not really, but I can't say that I've ever really dug into a strategy game before either. So if you have a suggestion, by all means, let me know. I'm sorry, but BG3 does not play like DS2, but it does feel like BG1 or BG2, and I think that's good. Okay. Yeah, both you came in clutch with a vid on how to set custom portraits in Wrath of the Righteous. Haven't used a pre-made one since. Yep, I remember that video. Or more like the because my and I think so. In prison and rock for all eternity. It's a living rest cheap. Yeah, come on now. Yeah, come on now. Who's being asked about that and said, it's not so bad. Please. With the exception of platforms. If by slow you mean unintelligent, I feel you on that one. Exactly what I mean. I used to like strategy games, but prefer to watch people who are actually good at them now. And that's part of the problem, too. Like, I never feel like I'm really all that great at it, but maybe it's because I need to play the right strategy game. I don't know. No matter if you like BG3 or not, it definitely has a good effect on the whole genre because it shows that CRPGs can be very commercially successful if done right. Absolutely 100% agree with that. I think with that alone, that's part of the reason why it's going to be successful because the PC community is going to want it to be successful because they know if BG3 does great, that's going to convince more publishers that, hey, you know what? These games are worth investing in because people are actually going to buy them and play them. So I'm not worried at all about whether or not BG3 is going to do well. They're going to make it happen. It's all good. Congrats on the live stream. Great to see you streaming. Thank you, Wiz. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. It's really good to be here. I've really been enjoying it thus far. I recently gaslit myself into playing a ton of Total Warhammer 3 in the lead up to Immortal Engine, DLC that integrates all the races from 1 and 2. It's good fun, actually. I plan to completely engross myself in a bunch of Warhammer content as soon as I'm done with Wrath of the Righteous. Like, I know that I should really move on from Wrath of the Righteous. I know most people are not interested in the content, but just creatively and mentally and spiritually, I can't move on. I've got to just do the rest of these mythic paths. So there's probably going to be a couple of months of these videos coming out. But once I'm through with Wrath of the Righteous, I'm going to just go all in on Warhammer to be prepared for the Rogue Trader game coming out. So definitely looking forward to that.
Then have we? Go wash up and come help me shuck these peas.
She turns from you long enough to produce a basket that, like her, is shimmering and semi transparent. And no complaints. You've got to eat your vegetables if you want to grow up strong and be a real soldier one day, just like we agreed, right? She watches you out of the corner of her eye. What are you talking about?
Soldiers are important people. They defend the weak and punish the wicked. You're too young to understand now, but there are lots of wicked people. People like the man who murdered your father.
She crushes another husk between finger and thumb. Remind me what happened to, uh, my father.
Before you were born, the Glanfathans attacked settlers like us. They said we'd knocked over some of their special Adra rocks. That's why they call it the Broken Stone War. They got very angry, and so they came into our villages and killed many people. Your father was one of them.
He was one of the people the Glanfalthans killed. That's what I said. Her voice is low and hoarse, and her hand is frozen over the basket. Something dark and empty clouds over her eyes.
That's why you'll be a soldier one day. To protect and to avenge.
Thanks, camera. Have a good one.
Why don't you go back out?
Glad you were able to join.
I'll finish up here.
Nice. Okay. If you want a great strategy game, I recommend Age of Wonders Planetfall. It's a mix of Civilization and XCOM, and it does at least the combat better than XCOM. I keep hearing about XCOM, and I assume it's just a game that I really, really have to play. So it's absolutely on my list. XCOM, and I guess there's an XCOM 2. I like playing Stellars with Strat Trek mods. I think that's a fun strategy game. Okay. You can also play as Russian space storms. Beat You 3 is going to be the game to beat for a long time. Absolutely. How in the world did you convince the fam to let you stay up so late gaming? I can't get my wife to let me stay up past 9 unless she wants to play DOS 2. Then we stay up till 4 a.m. Hasn't been a problem at all. Probably in part because I was a hardcore gamer way before my wife and I got married. So, I was already the person staying up late night gaming. Every time my wife came over, I was playing games. For years before I started this channel, she would sit on the couch and basically fall asleep next to me while I was playing Mass Effect or Assassin's Creed or things of that nature. So, video games have always been a part of our relationship. So staying up late playing games wasn't an issue at all. Honestly, part of the reason I started this channel is because I felt like I was spending a bunch of time playing games and not working on the things that I really needed to improve. Like, I've always been the type of person who really never cared about money. I never cared about my career. I never thought about, like, where's my life going or anything like that. But then I had a kid. And there comes up a question of, okay, what are you going to leave this kid? Like, what are the steps you're going to take to ensure that you're actually doing right by your kid? And so I decided that gaming was something I really couldn't let go. So I made the decision that, okay, you have to game as a business. So I started up my own, YouTube channel, and now I only game for content. Like, either I'm actually making content or I'm playing games in anticipation of being able to make content from something. I don't just sit around playing games anymore. And I think that's also part of the reason that my wife is so okay with it, because I've basically managed my time now where I'm available for other things that need to be done. So it's just a conversation. It's just open communication and also being real with yourself about what it is that you need to do and what's best for your family. Um, XCOM easily strat game go. Interesting. Okay. So XCOM is a strategy game. I thought it was like a role-playing tactical game, but it's a strategy game. Okay, interesting. Age of Wonder Planetfall is pretty good with all that DLC. Total Warhammer is Warhammer Fantasy, which is broadly speaking unrelated to Warhammer 40K. I do like the setting though. Interesting. Fair warning: Warhammer games are infamous. Sorry, I lost that. Where? Warhammer games are infamous to be hit or miss. I'm probably going to look at some of the reviews and figure out which ones I want to play. So hype for Road Trader. XCOM 2 is good, but missed the UFO. My favorite factions in AOW Planetfall. I don't know that game. Rogue Trader is Outcast Games, if I remember correctly. Yep, it's an Outcast game. Hi, is the game audio low for you guys too? If it is, let me know. I'll turn it up, no problem. Do you know what race and class you're going to play as in BG3? I'm going to be. What is that called? It's not sorcerer, right? It's something else. The whatever the black guy is, the black guy with the weird eye. I'm going to be playing as his first, and I believe his class is set, but I don't remember what class it is. I hope we get a free booter. I need a community slam. I got it. Epic Game Store. I play a little bit. I like both the XCOM games. It's great when you have a 90% chance to hit and constantly miss. You got to condition them. You need your game time when you're dating. Absolutely, absolutely. And my wife knew from the beginning, video games was my favorite pastime, so it wasn't a problem. Warlock. There we go. Warlock. That's what it is. Yes, I'm going to be a warlock on my first playthrough. Slandered gaming. Any interest in writing at all? Writing in terms of what? I have to write pretty much most of what I do for video games. So a lot of those scripts, or especially like the reviews and things, I'm writing all of that from scratch. So there's a ton of writing involved in doing this channel. XCOM is very similar to Chaos Gate Warhammer. Trust those reviews. It's a bit low. Warlock, Warlock, Warlock. Will the Warlock. XCOM is tactical strategy. Civ is 4 times strategy. One focused on combat, the other in empire building. AOW Planet merges the two. Okay, so I'm not big on strategy games that are focused on the world building, because I feel like they basically try to make the world building the story, whereas I need an actual separate story that you have crafted and put together that's going to motivate me to go through this game. But strategy games that focus on the combat and then also create a story that you go through, which maybe is what Expeditions Rome is like. So if it's like that, then yes, I'm good with that. And that's definitely in the lane of games that I like to play. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and meet up with Marewall. In fact, let's do a full save here. Ba-boom, 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 ba-boom. XCOM is tactical strategy sim. Oh, read that. I think you should perhaps try to get into voice acting. You're really good at the narration. Thank you. Voice acting is absolutely something I want to do. So I would really love to hopefully have that opportunity. Prepare for the tons of miss. Writing is great. I love setting up. Unless you I'll always remember that one XCOM screenshot of a woman shoving her assault rifle barrel right up against an alien's face and having a 95% chance to hit. What else? Bounty Hunter Urban Tracker Ranger is a beast. I'll be curious if there's any unique content in BG3 playing a pre-made character, or if the custom characters will too. That will determine what I play. Yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. I'm already... Ooh, didn't realize that there was going to be that many of them. Okay. First and foremost, let's allow that you're gonna help with that, and you. How about that as well? Okay, and look at that, look at that, look at that. I love it. I'm a fan. I'm a big fan. There we go. There we go. Could have been much worse.
Whose side are you on?
Come on, Alan. He was in the safe zone. It shouldn't have been a problem. Just finished Tyranny. I'm thinking about finally pushing through Pillars of Eternity all the way instead of just an hour and restarting. Any recommendations for races, classes to play? With Pillars of Eternity, one of the advantages is there's a lot of flexibility about what you can do, and you can respec basically at any time. So I don't think you have to be worried about that. If you plan to play Pillars of Eternity 1 and 2, the second one is located in Deadfire. So there's a sub race of the Amua who are specifically from Deadfire. I think there's a little bit of race-specific conversation or dialogue you get regarding that. So, from a role-playing standpoint, that might be cool. But honestly, the world is your oyster. Some other interesting aspects of it is when you're playing as like a paladin or a priest, the alignment part of it and sticking to that is actually really important and done very well in Pillars of Eternity. So I don't play that way because I prefer being able to just pick whatever I want during dialogues. But if you enjoy the role playing aspect of having to stick to a particular personality type, that might also appeal to you as well. Just go ahead and dig in. I feel like once you actually play around with it and experience it some, you'll probably come to your own conclusion about which classes really appeal to you. Getting off topic, but writing your own fantasy fiction type novel. I would love to do something like that. I would love to like come up with my own characters. I have so much respect for folks who have the capability of actual world building. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's something I would great to do. Gamer 41. Oh, thank you, Gamer 41. I appreciate it. Glad that you're enjoying the stream. Speaking of turn-based tactics RPG, Symphony of War is one that I'm really liking so far. Similar to Fire Emblem or Tactics Ogre, from what I understand. Awesome. Okay, I haven't heard of that one before. I won't spoil them, but let's just say that the Dresden Showdown is badass. Awesome. Looking forward to it. Yes, voiceover is top tier. Set up a petition that can get you to support, put you in Outcast Warhammer game. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Definitely. Definitely. I'm going to have to force that issue. I want to be in the game. I put Pillars of Eternity down the last time I played and got TPK by a bunch of little spiders. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Super annoying. Yep, you can respec in Pillars of Eternity. You don't have to say the same thing. You mean the Hawana? No, no, no. The Amua. Isn't that what they're called? Hold on. Let me be sure. What is yeah, the Amua. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, the island Amua are the ones who are from the Deadfire Archipelago. Did you play King Arthur Knight's Tale, Seabird? Yep. Just popping in and say, hope you enjoyed the amazing story of this Pillars. Cypher was my main, loved every moment of it. Found you through the Wrath of the Righteous build. So thanks for that, man. Thank you, 146. Glad you enjoyed the builds. I'm having an awesome time with this playthrough so far, as much as I can get to it in between reading comments. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to going through the full game. Time for me to get to play New Vegas. Awesome. Thank you, Dragon Dog. Glad you were able to join. Enjoy New Vegas. It's an absolutely fantastic game. Hope you're able to join another stream, man. Picture you playing the guy from Cowboy Bebop. Love that show. I've only actually watched a couple of episodes of that, but people keep saying like it's one of the greatest shows of all time. I keep saying that one day I'm going to sit down and check the whole thing out. By the way, here's a fun Pillars of Eternity 2 build. Shifter Druid, ooh, and Shattered Pillar Monk. I keep hearing about the Shattered Pillar Monk and that it's supposedly awesome. Okay, that might be something I need to check out. Spear Spider. I love that this community is so wholesome, but we only been in 2 rooms in the last 30 minutes. I know. Don't blame it on the community. It's completely my fault. I know that part of being a good stream host means you're supposed to interact and be there for the chat. So for me, it's really difficult to see messages in the chat that like I see it's going up, and I know I haven't responded to it yet because I feel like I'm not doing what I should be doing. But at the same time, I know people want to see more progress with the game. Hopefully, not hopefully, definitely in the next stream, there's going to be a better balance, and I'll do a better job of trying to make sure that we progress properly. um, I'm here for the I'm here for the chat at this point. I know. I'm not balanced properly. What weapon is your cipher using? I'm using a war bow because I know there's a soulbound bow that I plan to use long term. Oh, it still considers me in combat even though they're not coming after me? Okay, fine. Let's go ahead and deal with them. No problem. Cowboy Bebop is goated. Yep, that's what I keep hearing. Have you watched Vinland Saga? Never seen it. I know you have to play CRPGs with a certain character in mind, but do these characters also evolve or drastically change following the story? Like a knight slowly getting corrupted? Yeah, like my even in my Lich playthrough, he started as a good guy who was um loyal to the crusade.
New orders, Lieutenant. Ready your squad.
A spectral man arrayed in armor and an officer's cloak studies a single sheet of paper. You can see straight through it to the ducal and Adair insignias on his breastplate. He seems to read over the page several times before looking up at you. When he does, his expression is unreadable. There's been a change of plans. Take your squad and march south, all the way to the bow in the river. Bring a wagon team and a dozen barrels of pitch. His voice falters and he shakes his head. The hand holding the paper drops to his side. Tell me about the orders. The instructions come from.
Instructions come from Abnett Hadred himself, which means they might as well have come from the Duke. We're to burn those hut dwellers out. Set fire to the deerwood so they've nowhere to retreat. Cut them down when they come out. Or let them blaze if they won't.
Thanks, Florian. I think I'm going to do more back and forth and stop trying to catch every single one. That's the only way I'm going to be able to get through more of the game. I heard about that Dragon Age anime series, but I'm not sure what's supposed to actually be in it.
It'll make this even shorter than the Broken Stone War, all right. And we can only hope it'll discourage future conflicts. I know this is personal for you. It is for many of us. But understand, we're doing this to end this war, not to continue the last one. Remember that we're flushing out the enemy, not burning villages for sport. Bareth will have his work cut out for him tonight.
I don't use when I'm reading stories to my daughter. I don't use the bravado as much. A lot of times, it's about funny voices. When I get into my deep voice or my sinister voice, it scares her. So I try to do a good job of using the voices that I know she's going to be okay with. But I absolutely still focus on trying to make it as fun as possible. This cot is rough with splinters. Did I get everything? Yep, we're good. Leave it to Seabird to cause trouble. Everybody else was like, oh, you don't have to get all the comments. You're going to be okay. Seabird's like, no, 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 no. You have to catch my comments. All of the comments. Thank you very much.
Almost time. Di and Heather scouted the village last night. They're rounding up the rest of the party now.
What party?
Don't worry. Everyone remembers the raid was your idea. The Rio had to go along with it after you'd gotten the rest of the clan riled up. No one wants it said that the Nine Claws were too cowardly to stand with the rest of the tribe when the foreigners desecrated our ruins.
All right. Two people, or at least a couple of people, said the desktop audio seems low. Hold on. Now, how is it?
The tribes need more leaders like you.
Is that better,
Women who
or does it
value
need to be
peace and
higher?
Words.
He reaches towards your cheek, but stops midway, his splayed fingers quivering as a tremor of doubt runs through him.
You were right. We were too soft when the foreigners first came, and now they humiliate us. We'll be soft no more, and the invaders will learn to leave us alone once and for all.
I have not read any of the Pathfinder comic books. Honestly, I didn't even know there are Pathfinder comic books. Are they any good?
A simple test. That's settled.
That's good now. Sounds good. Sounds good. Two people say it's still a bit quiet to them. No problem. 1 second. We're going to raise it up a little bit more. No problem. All right. Let me know how you feel about it. Oh, I remember this fight being brutal. Oh, I'm probably not properly prepared for
Keep
this.
away from us. Leave us.
Oh, well.
Maybe we should come back later?
Are you Mayor Wald? He looks up over his hand, the muscles around his eyes twitching, and begins whispering to himself in sharp hisses as though having an argument. All at once, he stops shaking, a sudden calmness falling over him. His head tilts forward slightly, and he looks you dead in the eye, like a cornered animal about to pounce. His voice turns suddenly raspy.
Mayor Wald isn't here, and he isn't fooled. He has sent for no callers. Be gone, deceiving spirit.
Glad to hear it, Hulk Mode. Okay, glad to hear it, LT Head. Awesome. Um, I'm a watcher. I met a woman in Gilded Vale who thought you could help me.
Mayor Wald will speak with you, but you will maintain your distance, or you'll have me to answer to.
Come to speak to Mayor Wald? Mayor Wald, whose touch is poison? Mayor Wald, who knows not his effect?
I was told I am a watcher and that you could tell me more about it. And about a tablet of some worth after that. Once you two are finished, of course.
A window. Window to the ether, where spirits dwell. Peer and reach into it. Speak and listen through it. A watcher sees souls, reads them, knows their pasts, souls of the living, souls of the dead, an empath, and the souls see them back. Used it to help beings in both realms, did I? What the gods wanted of me, thought I.
Marcia, tell me if you prefer melee, ranged, or magic, and then I'll tell you the class I prefer.
The gods put me in the world for vengeance, and I obliged. It was the gods' wishes that we protect those lands. My way was the only way to remove the foreigners.
Little I knew.
You seem to have lost your mind.
Lost? No. Found more of it. Too much. Too much to bear. An awakening.
Olive's eyes narrow as he looks at the old man. How could a simple awakening have driven you to this? Lore 2. You mean you remember your past lives?
Something reminds. Memories stirred. Memories before birth. Other bodies. Other times. Memory, personality, identity, any might resurface. Or all.
And I seem to be having a conversation with several of them right now.
Ghosts of the mind. Mayor Wald has lost control. Mayor Wald's body no more.
The spirits I passed, what are they?
Spirits and not spirits. Always whispering to Mayor Wald, reminding him of his mistakes. No sleep. Watchers see memories before them, form them from the essence of their own souls. Once Mayor Wald awakened, he could not make them leave. Gave them more form, not less.
The spirits are memories from previous lives?
Troubled memories, angry memories, pulling Mayor Wald back, reminding him his mistakes. Marauder and soldier, soldier and marauder, how could they know?
Why do these past lives still trouble you?
My fault. All my fault. Soldier and marauder, soldier and marauder and Mayor Wald. No forgiveness for what's past. No undoing what's done. No sleep. No sleep for the Watcher. War there was all around. War of stone, war of tree.
War of Tree. Oh, of course. The Broken Stone War and the War of Black Trees. This was in the early period of Adirian colonization. Fighting between the Deerwood colonists and the native Glanfathans, you see. But That was a long time ago. Yeah, he definitely does have foul teeth. That's kind of crazy.
Death we brought to the settler men. We, the 9 claws. Claws of 9. Worse what we did to the women. For love of the gods. The gods' love. For their love.
I met one of your memory spirits. There was talk of raiding a village. Merwald's voice becomes raspy, and he is somewhere else in place and time, speaking to someone unseen.
Hold her down. Head her. Give this Addy a bitch an heir that belongs in Air Glodfath.
Merwald. Yeesh. Merwald cringes himself again, watching something he can't bear to see, shaking his head over and over. He wails. His soul is marked by flame, and those marks will never heal. His trial has broken him, but better than to live in weakness. Take your time. It's over now. It was long ago. Continue when you're ready.
The boy. The boy. The baby boy. The boy. Conceived in the raid. Conceived by force. Vessel for Marauder. Slain in the raid. Marauder and the boy. Marauder and soldier.
A baby conceived by the raider? What do you mean it was a vessel for him?
For the soul. Marauder's soul. Same soul. One soul. Boy's soul. Marauder's soul. Raised in lies and vengeance. Raised to soldier. Raised for the fire. Born for the fire.
Then that was his mother I met in the keep. She told him his father was killed by the raiders.
You'll get no pity from me. The crimes of the 9 Claws clan in the last war are still unavenged.
Yeah, we're gonna have to fight him.
Gods are just. They have led me here. In my father's name, every one of you will burn.
He looks off to his side as if that someone else is standing nearby. Durin smirks. Burning his own. And why not? If they had been wicked and earned their punishment. He is weak of mind and soul. To see him cower before the flame, that should give you the measure of him. Merwald's shoulders slump. He rocks back and forth, agitated. He mutters to himself, oblivious to your presence.
Soldier and marauder. Lies and vengeance. And dead villages. All dead. All dead. What for? What for?
I don't know.
How little we know.
How do you tell a spirit from a memory? Actually, I've seen apparitions like those elsewhere since I became a watcher.
Oh, no, 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 no. You too. You too.
All at once, in spite of his abject misery, his expression changes to one of utmost sympathy. Poor man. Poor man.
They will take you too.
Told you a watch is not to be trusted. What's to be expected when one makes a habit of seeing what's not meant for mortal eyes, if not madness? Looks as though our journey together may be a short one. Yeah, Durance is cold-blooded. You're saying I'll end up like you.
So fragile, the Watcher's mind. So real, his memories. Once awakened, how can he sleep?
If I'm awakened to a past life, how would that have happened?
You were reminded of it. Strong memories, lingering lives, they dwell near the surface, waiting to be remembered, waiting to take your mind for their own. Meyerwald sat at his hearth and watched his fire, watched the wood burn. Then came the memory of another fire and burning wood, and screams.
His face trembles involuntarily. How do you tell a spirit from a memory?
Fragmented are memories, stuck in time, mindless, cruel, never far.
There must be some way to make these memories go away.
No, always there, always remembered. Can't forget, can't unsee.
I didn't just remember. Someone caused this. They wore masks and spoke of books and keys and a queen. There was a man there. He seemed familiar to me.
Keys of lead, books of burden, queens that were. Known to me are they, the leaden key.
The leaden key? It seems we share an enemy, Slandered. Assassins and Watcher Wakers both. They certainly keep busy. What can you tell me about this leaden key?
Secrets, secrets, and deceptions, and schemes. Who knows their answers? Not they. Not they. Crossed them before. Hatred of Watchers, hatred and fear. Much we see. Threat to secrets.
Who is this queen they pray to?
Woodica, goddess, crown shattered and body burned. Binder of oaths and grudge holder. Bearer of justice. But whose?
Love talking to her. If the leaden key caused my awakening, could they undo it?
Many secrets do they keep. Unawaken? Mayhap. Who else if not they?
Do you know where I might find the leaden key?
City of Defiance. Never far from the Queen.
I need to go so I can search for this man from the leaden key.
Sleep well. Sleep well.
Hold! I know your will die. Your actions were seen. You would sooner betray us to the Adir land thieves than take orders from me.
Take it easy. I'm not going to betray anyone.
Your betrayal is for nothing. Your warnings are lost on these foreigners, and their blood will be Gallowayne's tribute this night. I have asked the elders for the honor of claiming your head as my first trophy, and they have granted it. Beg for the Seeker God to grant you a quick death.
Yeah, being able to highlight the words is definitely awesome in these dialogues. Somebody asked about a class for Wrath of the Righteous and mentioned that they prefer magic. My Azada playthrough, I'm a cross-blooded sorcerer who has a dragon bloodline that focuses on lightning, giving me access to a scorching ray that does lightning damage. So I've used meta magic to bring that into other magic levels. So I've got at level 2, 3, 4, and 5 until I have access to chain lightning. And then I took the mythic option that lets you override the defenses for anyone who is immune to lightning. It's worked out absolutely fantastic. I'm having a ball with that build. Okay. So he brings in 2 blights, and then there's himself. Well, first of all, he's the real. I think he can bring in more people. I don't remember this fight well, but I think he can bring in more people. So I think it would behoove us to focus on him first. We're gonna go ahead and do this because Eder should be going right along this side, so that should be fine. You, Dazemal, you build yourself up, and let's see. Okay. There we go. Okay, now, you. I want you. Yeah, take that guy out. And then how's this guy doing? Yeah, okay. Oh, you've already. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Harmlessly off the target and onto the closest nearby enemy. Yep. So we'll put that on Eder. That'll work. And he's already done this. What can he do here? Anything that I particularly want? Not yet. We'll give this a chill. What does this do again? Burning. Yeah, we'll hold off on that. And there we go. Focus fire there. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You're going down. You're going down. You're going down bad. Excellent. Excellent. There's a change in the air of the keep. What was thick and suffocating feels to you somehow more breathable, as though yielding to a conquering invader. Merwald's body lies inert. You can feel his soul lingering there, uncertain. There is something unique about this soul in this place, a bond formed in decades of inhabitants and lordship that feels somehow palpable to you, as though even in death, the keep knows its former master, and the former master remembers his keep. Slandered was granted speaker to the restless, okay? In your mind's eye, the bond seems to you as a frayed rope, ghostly and alive. Its frayed ends writhing like tide pool anemones, and you find that if you concentrate on it, you have the ability to manipulate its strands. Repair the rope, binding Merwald's soul here as an internal warden. Sever the rope, allowing Merwald to pass from the world. Draw upon the energy of the rope itself, siphoning knowledge from the connection. I'm going to repair the rope and bind Merwald. Is that evil? To bind his soul there? Weren't we just kind of talking about it with the stone, with the statue lady, right? So that's kind of evil to do, right? Or you could say that it's his punishment for the things that his souls have done. Because considering what they wrought up on the world, if I release his soul, who knows who's going to be the dominant soul when he goes through the wheel. So maybe by binding him as a warden, it ensures that no one else ends up having to face his wrath. I'm going to repair the rope, binding Merwald's soul here as an internal warden. You've had your time. The frayed pieces twist and fuse, and as the bond strengthens, the fibers become metal, and the rope becomes a chain. You watch as Merwald's soul recedes to the floor, melding with it, spreading thin across it until it is one with the entire place, a silent guardian. Well, that works, Chromatic, because my character isn't all the way good guy anyway.
Hey.
I'm not playing him as like a pure good guy type. Like at the end of the day, he wants to do the right thing, but
I can do that.
there's a certain mechanical chick who's murderous that he's absolutely going to be in love with. In fact, that's one of the main things I didn't like about Pillars of Eternity 2. Because they didn't bring in, I don't even remember her name, but she was my favorite party member in this game. Some of the way her dialogue was delivered was so fantastic. Really want to try out Aeon 2. I hear it's perfect as a second playthrough. Aeon is absolutely fantastic for a second playthrough. You're going to really see the difference between it and other ones that you can do. Since you get those Bane options with it, it works really well with, I think, the Inquisitor class or any of its subclasses, because they're also going to get those Banes and it'll stack with the ones that you get from Aeon. And there are a lot of good options in that subclass genre as well. How many subscribers before you debut with a VTuber model? I don't plan to go virtual anytime soon, but anything's possible. The sickly sweet smell of rot rises from this half-eaten fruit. A warm book lies on the table, its pages filled with nonsensical
A
scrawls.
simple test. That's settled.
Was a powerhouse with hexes, but I can never micro that much in real time. Yeah, like you said, she can be a powerhouse, but you've got to micromanage it. It's not automatic.
Older set?
What happens if you siphon the rope? Does that end his soul. Well, no, he would just go back to the wheel. At least that's the way I interpreted it. Why keep him around though? If you keep him, who do more vile? No, because he's been attached to the land, so he's an internal guardian now. He doesn't have any free will. He's not going to go around hurting people. So nope. It ensures that, in fact, it ensures that he's not going to hurt anybody else. Oh. Okay, first of all, hold on. All of you attack this guy first. Then you do him first. Then you.
Yes.
There we go. Then you do that first. I mostly use Ember as a fire mate for some electricity using the red salamander ring. Fire is the best element. It's kind of annoying, actually, that the other elements don't get as much love. I like using electricity just because most demons are have immunity to electricity, so it's kind of more fun to me. The fact that I'm able to make it something where they have to respect it. But honestly, if you don't care about that kind of stuff, fire is where it's at. Fire is really the one that you want to use.
Gotta try something else.
Ooh, he's getting harmed. Oh, and there's not much I can do about it except this. There we go. Days a lot of you. Yeah, I really love it, using Ember, actually. She's definitely on my Azada team as well. Why does this feel like it's taking so long? Come on now. Get this done. What is this? Right, this is all debuffs. Unfortunately. Why do I feel like... Oh, you're automatically using your stuff. Okay, so fine. I'm just going to assume that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, sir. Awesome. One more to go. Yeah, Ember gets a lot of play on my Azada team, so she's great for damage with her blast powers, especially if you have her built for fire. But the hexes are great for debuffing. Evil Eye works against a ton of creatures, even if you're playing on core difficulty. And by the time you reach level 8, it's going to decrease AC by a serious amount, so it's well worth having. And she also has protective luck, which is going to do a lot for your tanks who are dealing with heavy damage. Definitely worth having Ember around. Considering trying out Ember as an enchanter, because I feel it makes sense with her being a pacifist. Yeah, from a role-playing standpoint, you can play it that way if you want to. But honestly, I stick with her
You give me any more gifts and people
class as is. I just keep her as a witch, and that's been working out great for me thus far. I got no complaints about it whatsoever. A shimmering wall of energy extends across this doorway like a curtain. It repels forward movement with unnatural force.
Margaret's fire casts light in dark places.
Let's sneak around, make sure. Did you enjoy the Kingmaker or Wrath of the Righteous Companions more? I don't think there's any question really that the Wrath of the Righteous Companions are better. There's a lot more content about them. I don't think you could even romance characters in Kingmaker. So I do miss Amiru or whoever the chick was that liked to face powerful creatures. I always thought she was funny and a lot of fun. And the guy who was the cook and the alchemist, he was fun as well. Like sometimes I had fun with him, but overall, definitely the really, you're circling all the way to the back? That's just, come on now, man. Oh crap! And now I just screwed up the paralyzation that's supposed to happen for him. Let's do that for all of them. Yeah, let's do that. So yeah, I definitely enjoyed Wrath of the Righteous Party members more. Imagine if bugs were that big in real life. I'm going to avoid imagining that. Thank you very much. I don't need those kind of thoughts in my life. Come on, kill him. There we go. There we go. There we go. Now, all of you, focus here. And you focus on paralyzing that person. I'm downloading BG3 again. I'm going to end up reinstalling Wrath of the Righteous Pillars of Eternity 2 because of this stream. It's my pleasure. Absolutely my pleasure to get you back in the mood. I am sure they missed you. Wonder how to make a crowd control cipher in Wrath of the Righteous. That's a good question. I'm not sure about. Looters. They're all looters. All looters? Okay. And that's a gold pack knight. So I think he's melee, but we're going to paralyze him because I assume he's probably going to do the most damage. Oh, wow. You came from the side. Didn't expect that. And you took my boy out immediately. Did not appreciate that at all. We're going to give that another whirl. Thank you very much. That 105 gig download, though. Nadia with Phantasmal Killer Weird were my favorite spells. Like Simon Says Die. Yep. I love that. Love that about her. Okay. Bring this a little bit closer. Ooh, we can talk to him. That's awesome. Eder, you're going to run in first.
Hey.
Okay. This guy, I think you're the one who obliterated me last time. So we're going to focus on you. And we're going to paralyze him. And you, enemies in the area of effect. There you go. Why is Slandered getting so close? That seems like it would be rather unnecessary, but whatever. Okay, one of those looters is confused. Ooh, let's get them all nice and dazed. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing. I'll leave you alone. What else? All those. No. Yep, I think we'll leave that alone for now. Just keep attacking. Yep. Ooh, he is not doing good. He's also not using the things that he could. We're definitely going to need a break after this. Knock him down to help with your power. And you two. There we go. There we go. Is everyone focused on him? He should have went down by now. Thank you. There we go. Now he's down. Now you get down. There you go. Now you're down. Oh, he is in really bad shape. Oh man, I might have to restart this again. There's nothing you can do, right? Nah, that's second win. Restore. What? There's probably nothing that can be done for him, right? Yeah, there's nothing to be done. Okay, fine. Is that dead or just like almost barely he's in bad shape type of dead? I don't remember how this game works. There we go. You're about to go down. Does he get back up? He does. Maimed. All right, yeah, it's time for a break. Bunch of stuff. And there's probably a bunch of equipment that I could have already taken and upgraded and whatnot that I haven't done yet. So, yeah, it's been time for a break. Okay. All right. I never trusted Ember. I was afraid of her constantly in my first playthrough because I was sure she had to be evil somehow. She's so kind and wholesome. I was sure another shoe was going to drop. No, it's all legit. I fell in love with... Oh, that's right. There were romances in Kingmaker. There were romances, but I just wasn't really impressed with them, to be honest with you. I had completely forgotten them. So, yeah, Octavia is usually who I romance, but I didn't really feel attached to her like that. The way I feel attached to Windewog and Arushale and Camellia and some of the other options that you have. Pretty pumped for doing a playthrough with an cross-blooded sorcerer now. The professor has, so in a way, my pleasure. When I get to level 20 and max out all my mythic levels, I will do a build of a build video of my run, and so you'll be able to see exactly what I've been doing. 100% agree with Window's assessment after a while, and exactly, and you could romance companions. Yep, you're right. I actually haven't played Kingmaker, to be honest. I started Wrath of the Righteous without playing it prior. Kingmaker is worth playing, but it can be very frustrating. The management system is a lot harder to get into. I think overall I actually like it more than Crusade management, only because it's more tightly wound into the story. But it can be extremely frustrating. It's easy to completely screw it up to the point that you have completely screwed up your playthrough. So like you really really want to use a guide, but if you can get past all that, it's absolutely 100% worth going through. Steven said, I've spent 30 plus hours in character creation for Wrath of the Righteous. Can't make up my mind. Slandered, have you ever done a Legend playthrough? Yep, I got several videos of the Legend playthrough up on the channel. So I showed that whole path. I did a Legend playthrough, and it was fantastic. I definitely enjoyed it.
Poor Mayorwald. He couldn't contend with all that he knew of himself. A cruel fate.
I don't think knowledge was the problem. He said that if I can find out what caused this, it might help me. That is true, and there is no such thing in my experience as too much knowledge. Kana smiles. Come, we'll find your answers, and mine, I hope. All right, I've picked up a ton of things and haven't looked at any of them, so let's do that now. What is this? Great sword. Nobody on my team uses that. Whole bunch of regular armor. Whole bunch of regular of those things as well. I got a scroll there. I'm not really a drug taking kind of guy, so I'm not bothering with the drugs. Okay, so none of, what is this? Shipment crate. There's a paint black hammer smithery. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. Okay, we got a fine two-handed crossbow. Anybody here use the crossbow? No. What's this? Grants restore light endurance 3 times per rest. I guess Durance. He's my cleric anyway. My dog, I already have a pet. Can Eder have a pet? Eder cannot have a pet, so that's that. Mayor Walt's Grimoire. I didn't even think about that. Ludrana's Grimoire we already have. We just haven't sold it yet. Mayor Walt's Grimoire. What's here? So he's got Fireball. And he's got Council Heart's Corrosive Siphon and Bulwark against the Elements. This is decisions, but he doesn't even have spell level 3 yet anyway, so we're not gonna worry about that too much. Okay. Other than that, does this actually? Yeah, this other stuff in Pillars of Eternity. Just having this stuff there doesn't do anything for you. It's got to be something special. So no point in putting any of that stuff on. All right, let's go ahead and take this rest. Are there any classes worth dipping into in a cross-blooded sorcerer? Kind of weird playing a class that people always dip into. Like I really might actually get all 20 levels in one class. So I'm the wrong person to ask about that because I'm very strict when it comes to my builds. I don't like dipping into 5 or 6 different classes. My build aligns with the way I'm role playing the character. So I go in mind with like, this is a particular type of person. I just don't have it in me to dibble and dabble between classes because I'm like, my character wouldn't do that. So maybe there might be other people in the chat who can provide perspective on that. When Ember started talking demons into being peaceful, my horrifying lich was so terrified of her. They just did anything.
All right, then.
What anything she wanted. I completely understand. It was that part of her progression was a sight to behold for sure. Ooh. Okay. And boom.
Brave thou Philos.
Don't even
You know what? I'm really tired of having to do all of his stuff automatically. You know, yeah. We're just gonna go damage. Oh, but you know what? He might start doing things that damage Eder. That would be really annoying. Let's see what happens. You. Why? What do I have to? What do I have to do with your AI to get you to use interdiction at the beginning of every battle? All right, you automatically use Holy Radiance, but not interdiction. I have to do that aggressively every single time. Here. Focus on healing, it's fine.
That's not very helpful.
I prefer to have like 3 different multi-classes, and cross-bladed works well with that. Yep, see, there's some people who definitely use it like that. I don't remember this portrait, but it's perfect. What are you referring to my pirate-looking portrait?
Of course.
He's not even a human, but I still had to choose this. I absolutely loved it.
A simple test.
Excellent. This is where we already been, right? Yep. You have to rest to remove the maimed. If he goes down again, he's perma-dead. Yep, that's why I rested. I did not want that to happen. There's a couple of RPG-type games free on Epic currently. Gen Forge, One Mutagen, and Iritus, Lord of the Dead. I've never heard of either one of those games. Ooh. I hope I did. Oh, I did a quick slave. I was like, this doesn't look good. All right, that.
Yes.
We'll go ahead and do that back there. And we'll do this. And he's doing his thing. Did you... Why didn't you use one of these first? Yeah, what's the problem? Okay. All right. Everybody attack the one attacking Alof. Mirrored image for you. Boom. I forgot. What does Soul Shock do? Release an electrical burst around characters standing in the area. Take the Soul Shock damage. That's not going to work. I need to be using an apathic field. That's what I really need to start doing. Here. Move him over there. Yep, that's fine. And then do that. Cool. And that's all we can do. Bye, Tim. Have a good day. All right. Much better. Much better. Much better. Much better. Now we're getting into the flow of things. Now we're getting into the flow of things. My man Samori would be the wrong person about metagaming art. You already know how I get down. You already know how I get down. What was over there? We already searched all the way over there? Okay, except for one last section. Okay. Save there. Take that.
Mm-hmm.
And okay. Oof. Wow.
I can't move!
Okay. You, that. You. Right. You, that. You. I guess that for now makes the most sense. You. Okay. That definitely helps. That definitely helps. All right. Trash mobs first. You do that. You, while you're stuck, let's go ahead and get that bewildering spectacle. Let's see if we can get some of y'all confused. Yep. Okay. Can we go ahead and attack this person? This one? Yep. Get you down. Excellent. Okay, now let's deal with you. Go ahead. There we go. Now we deal with you. Let's go ahead and get you paralyzed. And let's also, what do we want to do? Guess do some extra damage. You've already done everything you can do. Excellent. Did you use your power? What happened to that?
Yes.
There we go. Freeze him and take him down. Take him down. There we go. Slowly but surely, we are making this happen. Ord Reach. Unique stiletto. Interesting. Okay.
All right, then.
Completing pillars returning on Path of the Dam was a challenge. Took me like a year or so to finish it all. I don't have it in me. I'm an old man. I don't play. I don't need the bragging rights. I'm going to let other people take care of that. I do not play games. Like, I'm never, ever playing Wrath of the Righteous on unfair. Not happening. I'm straight. Y'all can have that. Weathered and covered with a dull patina, this elaborately carved pillar appears far older than the surrounding structure. Not interested in it in any way, shape, form, or fashion. What is that? Is that a pet? Yeah, I think that's a pet. Picked up Kingmaker for free on Epic a while back. Need to actually get into it. Yep, it's well worth playing. I definitely recommend it. I definitely recommend it. Hood, Outlaws, and Legends is free as well, but that's a team-based PvE, PvP game. Yeah, I'm usually not into those. By the way, just a suggestion. When you play Under Rail, play with a tank on the first playthrough. They make it way easier to learn the game. Okay, interesting. That's a good call out because usually I don't pick tanks as the person I'm playing the first time I'm playing the game. So I wouldn't have done that. Awesome. Suggested the tanks are assault rifle, shotgun, machete, spear, and sledgehammer. Sledgehammer sounds good to me. I don't recommend shotguns. Cool. Kind of nice not having to do mental gymnastics for why a fighter would also be an alchemist, monk, sorcerer, blood rager, figuring out what adventure degree to patron must have been hard. Exactly. I'm not into it. I want to keep things nice and clean. All right, that goes upstairs. And I thought quest, frags, Mr. Spine. Bring Eder to speak with. Wait, but I already did that. Oh, but I think you have to like leave before he'll acknowledge it. Return the oh, that's right, the shipment. I have to return the shipment to him. Traveler Rage sold. Find the ruins. Okay, so I swear Kana's quest, you didn't have to go far in order to achieve it. So I'm going to keep going down because I think we're high enough level to still be able to survive this. Oh, wait, that's the way out. What the hell? Level 1, Cadnoa. Yeah, okay. Accept. Glass cannons require tactics, something you won't have on your first playthrough. Okay. Makes sense. What did I miss? I guess I'm missing something here. How do you keep going? Oh, wait. Wait, is that the problem? Is this the way out? No, nothing there. What's the way further down? Did I miss that somewhere? Oh, this must be the way further down, but it's blocked off. So maybe I'm not meant to go any further right now? Fine, we'll deal with this later. I'll deal with this later. I attempted a tactician playthrough on DOS 2, but it wasn't enjoyable, so I restarted on Classic. That's also part of the reason I don't play these games on super hard levels, because...
Right. No sense listening to that old bam part. Damned Virago, not now!
It's not enjoyable, and I don't play games to not enjoy them. It's just not my thing at all, in any way, shape, form, or fashion.
I felt Mayorwald's passing. You slew him.
He gave me no choice.
It saddens me to hear it. But part of me is grateful to no longer have to wait and worry in darkness. This place has always known its master, long as it's had one. It has a will all its own, which
Let me
has
just
little to
scroll
do with the
down.
castle
Anytime.
and much to do with the land it's built on. It looks to you as Mayor Wald's successor now, whether you care for it or not. A dubious honor, inheriting a fortress both broken and cursed. But in the right hands, it could be so much more. If you had only seen it in its day. Will you stay?
I really enjoy Bolshi's builds, even though they're completely not the type of builds that I would play as. I enjoyed the effort that clearly went into crafting them. I also used to really enjoy watching videos of Arcane Agent back when in the Kingmaker days. It didn't seem like he did much Wrath of the Righteous content, but during Kingmaker days, I really enjoyed watching his builds as well. Mayor Wald said that I must go to the city of Defiance in search of the Queen. The energy seems all at once to drain from the air. I see. If it's Defiance Bay you seek, I'm sorry to tell you that you've come a long way for nothing. The Eastern Barbican collapsed decades ago, and Merwold never got around to rebuilding it. The road here is a dead end. He got as far as gathering materials before his mind became preoccupied. I could make arrangements to have it repaired if it is your will. When it ceased to be the previous master's will, I became powerless to do anything about it. For what am I but the master's instrument? It would take time, but far less than finding another route to Defiance Bay. How do I repair the Barbican? Merwald set aside materials for the Barbican, and they are still available to you. In the future, if you wish to make further repairs to the keep, we will need coin for supplies and labor. What does being the master of Cadnua entail? Why, there are many responsibilities involved in maintaining a keep. The extent to which you wish to get involved is entirely up to you, of course. Part of the reason I am here is to ensure that things run smoothly in your absence, provided we have been given instruction. If you instruct me on which repairs you wish to conduct next, I will make the necessary arrangements. These may take some time to finish, but each will provide you with additional resources once they are complete. Given somewhere to place them, we can hire tradesmen to provide you with supplies or ingredients. Repairing the keep will raise your prestige and draw both helpful individuals and unwelcome attention from bandits and opportunists. If we can raise the keep's security in turn, these will become less of a concern. You should know, however, that the position does come with some risk. Your name will grow in fame, and you must contend with threats to the keep. And then there are other things. Was there anything else, my lord? What did you mean when you said this keep was cursed? Merwald's curse was his own, a watcher's curse, but his predecessors have not fared better. There is a presence within the keep, or rather, far beneath it. At least such has been the conclusion drawn by all who have come to this place, for what spirits still linger in the endless past often speak of a master below. Every effort to settle here has failed. From the time of our Adirian colonists onward, beasts rise from the endless past until the new lord or lady is no more. The one who dwells below, this master, does not tolerate rivals, it seems. I have seen, from time to time, intrepid explorers descend to lay claim to what answers they can, but none return. This is the force which has kept Cadnua a barren ruin and robbed me of my hopes. The endless paths. That, my friend, is where I must go, where we must go, if you will go with me. Whatever devils lie beneath, think too what knowledge we will find. Perhaps this master speaks Aduran. What are the endless paths? The endless paths of Eldnor. That is the name given to the labyrinth beneath the keep. The Earl, we were warned by the Glanfathans that this site was cursed, and there is a legend attached to it, though at the time we thought nothing of it. The ruins were built, it is said, by a powerful Ingwithan named Adnor, who ruled there until his people turned against him. They destroyed his endless paths and filled many of the upper tunnels in with soil and stone. No one living knows how far down the tunnels stretch, and few who have ventured there have returned. There's much talk of riches and treasure. The promise of Ingwithan relics alone has drawn many fortune seekers. To their depths, I fear. Who is this master below? Yeah, it's my first stream, LT. Yet. Glad you're able to make it. I cannot say with any certainty. I believe it must be tied to the man said to have been the architect of the endless paths, the Ingwithan tyrant Adnor. Some claim his spirit endures, or at least has laid a curse upon the site. I cannot imagine much remains of his work, for the ruins have been here 1,000 years or more, but what is left is impressive. The Earl certainly thought so. You may have seen, while below, the hand of a great statue Adnor constructed. Perhaps it is a statue of Adnor himself. But am I not the master of Cadnor? Of course you are. The keep would have no other. But the endless paths are a different thing entirely. It is unfortunate, really, that they are so closely entwined. If the master below is not dealt with, there will always be a threat to the keep from within. I know it is much to take in, but if you would remain, if you would be lord of this place, then I can only advise you to seek out this foe before it destroys you. I have other questions. Yes, how can I help? Leave. Time to find this queen in the city of Defiance. You must know, this queen you're looking for. Defiance Bay has no queen. The Mekwins of Adir haven't reigned here since the war. The only queen with any power there is Woduka. I am told they erected an exquisite temple in our honor there, but I was never able to see it. If you mean to go there, we can get started right away on repairing the Barbican. You need only tell me what you wish to do, and I'll make the necessary arrangements. Marewall kept a ledger, as it happens, and I have taken the liberty of updating it. You could take a look, if you wish. Let me see what repairs I can make. The volume on my mic or the desktop audio volume from the game? Which one are you having trouble hearing? Hey, what's going on, Keon? Glad you were able to make it. Let's see. I love difficulty in game at the balancing from the damage of the enemies is fair. Pillars of Eternity gets that right. Awesome. Okay, that's good to know. How can you become master if his soul is still bound to the keep? Because he's bound as a watcher and a protector, not as the Lord. For Wasteland 3, I recommend that your sniper gets explosive skill, because rocket launchers are also long range. In late game, you can mod your sniper with explosive barrel for disgusting damage. Nice. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, I've been wanting to respect my guys. I know I messed up several of them. Streams live, boys, and can you raise the volume? Yep, okay. I asked you a question about that. Then we'll get underway at once. The steward's voice belies a giddy excitement. Know, my lord, that this is but the first and least of a great many undertakings. The keep supported a great many buildings and servants for many years. If you should wish it, we can repair some of the outlying structures, and these will bring you wealth and recognition, drawing people to your service. Rebuilding the defenses will keep your grounds from becoming overrun, as they did under Mayor Walt's keeping. You need not choose all at once. I am pledged to your aid, and so long as you are master here, we shall always be linked. You need not step upon these grounds to speak with me. Whenever your travels may take you, you can make your will known to me, if you but reach out. Oh, but first, of course, the Barbican. Okay. Upgrades to your stronghold cost money and take time to complete. Each upgrade can add security or prestige to the stronghold or add additional functionality like resting bonuses, periodic free crafting ingredients, or new stores. For now, we will get the Eastern Barbican. Definitely want that. The Western Barbican bars the passage of invaders coming across the river. Okay, yep, that's the one we wanted. I've got 3,900. Requires the main keep. Allow visitors and adventurers to be available to you and your companions. So I guess we'll purchase that. That makes sense. And the rest of this we'll go ahead and wait on. What is this? Hirelings. Hirelings help defend your stronghold from expensive collateral damage in the unfortunate event of an attack. They cost money to maintain, but their cost usually offsets the potential for damage. Hirelings also contribute to the security and prestige of the stronghold, sometimes negatively. Interesting. What's this? So this is, I was looking at the upgrades. That's hirelings. This is stronghold actions. Events occur at the stronghold as time elapses. The higher your stronghold's prestige, the more positive the events tend to be. However, a high security is also important, as it can help prevent theft and kidnappings. Adventurers are opportunities for your companions and adventurers to earn experience while they aren't in the party. Visitors can affect security and prestige of the stronghold while they are present. Some events even offer rare items for sale during limited periods of time. And this is status and party management. From the party management screen, you can see what your allies are up to when they aren't in the party. If you assign them to adventures, you can see how long it would take for them to complete their assignment. Recalling a companion or adventurer from a mission before it is completed will forfeit all of the potential rewards for that assignment. Cool. All right, and I still have an extra party member, so... All right, the master below. Explore the endless paths. I could do that. Oh, wait. Connor wants to talk. Before then, any chance of Black Geyser streams? So the way we're going to do this is we're going to switch off who decides what I stream. So I'll decide what I'm going to stream, then the channel will decide. I'll decide, and the channel will decide. So for this time, I put out a poll, and the channel decided they wanted Pillars of Eternity. Next time, I'm going to be able to choose. I'm pretty sure I'm going to go with Wasteland 3. And so after that, it'll be the channel's turn again to decide what it is they want to stream. I'm down for whatever. The only thing that's going to interrupt this is sometimes a new game might come out that I'm really excited for and I feel like I should stream. Like when Midnight Suns comes out, regardless of what we're playing, I'm going to go ahead and stream that and at least give it a shot to see if it's something that we like. Obviously, Baldur's Gate 3, stuff like that. But otherwise, we'll go back and forth and make decisions about what is going to be streamed on the channel. Okay. So in 3 days, this keep will be upgraded, and then I'll start getting visitors. Until then, I can carry on. Your mic is great. The game could come up a bit. 25%, but I can hear it. All right. I pumped the game up some. Let's see if that finally does it. It's a recent obscure CRPG. No volume issues for me. Oh, yeah, and I do have tons of videos about Black Geyser. Yeah, I did a review on the game and everything. So I did play it, if that was your question. Isn't there a ranger companion in Pillars of Eternity 1? Yes, there is. She's kind of like a sniper character. I just haven't gotten access to her yet.
Bit just like your breeches, Scholar Lad.
I beg your pardon?
Nothing. I said nothing.
Oh, man, now there's 3 people I need to talk to. The one I'm looking forward to is the game Nightingale. What's Nightingale? I've never heard of that. Whatever you stream, bro, I'll rise. Thank you, 46. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate the support. Save this. All right, convos. So, Edda wants to talk.
That old watcher. I don't know what I expected, but it sure wasn't that.
You said you had some things you wanted to ask him?
Nah, it's kind of embarrassing now. I just got a dumb idea in my head is all. Don't know why I thought it'd work. That's funny. That's probably the first thing I got my hopes up for in, I don't know, years. At least I got that out of it.
What was it?
All right. Yes, fair is fair, and you did bring me to see him. Those rumors back in Gilded Vale about my brother, Woden. About how he'd turned against us and fought for Wasteland. Been on my mind for some time now. The thing about Woden was, he always knew what was right, and that's what he'd do. One day he set out to fight for Deerwood against a man claiming to be our god. So I knew that's what I had to do too. It was right. Hearing claims that he died fighting for Rey at Ceres, well, that got me worried. Not that he'd chosen the wrong side, but that I had. Didn't seem right what Waidwen had in store, but if he really was Aethys,
He shakes his head.
I thought, maybe this old Watcher would know how my brother died. So I could see if it was true. Like he could, I don't know, read it in my soul or something. Use our connection. Told you it was dumb.
Why didn't you ask me for help? Yes, because I didn't know you. It's hard to trust a stranger that says he's a Watcher.
Of course, I knew the truth deep down. The Watcher's not psychic. I think I just had this idea, and the idea made me feel a certain way, and I didn't want to lose that.
Really? If I wanted to find out about my brother, I shouldn't be starting with Watchers. I should be starting with records. So why don't you? Eder thinks a moment, his lips twisted to one side. He raises his eyebrows. If there was anything written down about it, they'd have it in Defiance Bay. They got an archive at the palace.
You've done a lot for me already, but if you could see fit to pay that archive a visit with me, well, you know. Knowing my luck, the records clerk will go crazy and try to kill me. I'd feel better with you in there with me.
My pleasure, Eder, no problem. Oh, so it's a hodgepodge of different things. Open world, survival, PvE. That sounds interesting. I don't think I've seen anything about that game yet, though. Allah seems lost in thought. He flinches when you draw near, sucking a sharp breath through his teeth.
What can I do for you?
Are you all right?
Of course. Merely processing some of the unusual things we've seen lately. And if Meerwald is to be believed, it would seem you've an uncertain future ahead.
My situation is more dire than I realized. We've got to find this leaden key, and fast.
That does seem like the logical course of action. I shall follow your lead.
I want to discuss something else. Aleph looks at you with quiet attentiveness. How may I be of service? Tell me about a deer. I've been gone for more than a year now, but I suspect I'll always think of the forest and fields of a deer's home. We've thousands of years of history and tradition behind us, and there's a sense of dignity and responsibility that comes with that. He frowns. Of course, there's baggage as well. Our imperial past is still fresh in the minds of many, as you may have noticed here. Has it been difficult to adjust to the Deerwood? People here are informal, hot-blooded. Drop the game sound down. I am using OBS, but I also have a limit on the mic gain on my mic, so that might be why the mic comes down lower than the game sometimes. So I've lowered the game just a wee bit. We'll see if that makes a difference. My mic is connected through USB, so I don't have like an XLR or anything that I'm using to adjust levels. More to insult than to duty, but as long as one avoids provocation, it's easy enough to get along. He steeples his fingers. I've gotten accustomed enough to keeping my thoughts to myself, anyway. Good to see you back, Seabird. How long were you in Gilded Vale? He shrugs, fidgeting with the hem of his sleeve. Not much longer than you. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, so the mic sounds okay. Awesome. As you saw, it was hardly the haven that has been advertised. Any thoughts on what I should do next? He tugs at his sleeves. Mayor Wald urged you to seek out these leaden key agents in Defiance Bay, yes? If his condition is any warning, we should find them with all haste. That's all. Okay. Aleph's not ready to talk about his problems yet. That's no
I
no
confess,
issue.
I was hoping our meeting with Meerwald would go a little differently. But then, you have gained an entire keep. I don't think I've seen anyone inherit land that quickly since Kyne the Younger read her father's will.
I did come to the Deerwood looking for a new home. There, see? The ship floats yet. This might be good news in the end. Whatever else happens, you've an entire castle to explore, and answers yet to come in Defiance Bay, if Mayor World spoke true.
It will give you a base from which to go searching at least. And then, there are secrets beneath the keep yet. With you at the helm, it should be easier to explore the endless paths.
Awesome. Okay, and now we have spoken all of them. We're up to date. Now, I definitely want to move forward in the new area. So let's see. Woodend Plains. I get another party member there. So you know what? We're going to go to Woodend Plains first. Then, before we go to the Deerwood Village, we've got to hit the Madmere Bridge, Aslong's Compass, and I think there's a quest in Gilded Vale that we left uncompleted. So we need to do that as well. Lots to do, lots to do, lots to do. But for now, it's been 3 hours on my first stream. This has been exhausting. I was really nervous about it, but I think it went relatively well. I feel like people had a good time. Really glad that you all were able to join. I think I'm going to call it a day here. Like I said, I do plan to live stream the next Baldur's Gate 3 panel that they do. So I think they're supposed to be happening tomorrow around 12 is what somebody said. At whatever time they're doing it, I'll definitely be on that. And then Nacon is, the publisher, is having a live conference where they're supposed to be going through RoboCop, Gollum, and a couple of other games, along with some exclusive releases. So I definitely plan to live stream that whenever that comes around. And I might stick around and play some more games whenever I do that. We'll see. I'll play it by ear. But for now, this has been the first stream. Seems like you all enjoyed it. I'm really, really happy about that. Looking forward to being able to have this dialogue with you all many, many times in the future. And that's all for now. Appreciate all of you all. Take care. So it's in 11 hours. Okay. Yeah. I'll definitely be on that. Definitely be on that. Thanks a lot, Marcia. Glad you were able to make it. Thanks, Jeff. Thanks, Wiz. Really good to see you on. Chromatic Jester, Boss Page. Glad you all were able to make it. Camera. Appreciate it. John Doe, Florian. Take care. Good night. Glad you all were able to join the stream.